Chief Minister. Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is the PCC President and the Deputy Chief Minister. Everybody has been assigned their responsibility through their ministries, and it's our job to ensure we deliver for the people of Karnataka. Mr. Surjewala is here, he is our in charge. If he doesn't come and take stock of what is happening in the state, will Mr. B.L. Santosh come? PCC President has made it clear, CM has made it clear, and more importantly, the Congress President has made it clear. What does it matter what anybody else's opinion is? How come one rule for BJP ruled chief ministers and one rule for Congress ruled chief ministers?
All right, Priyank Kharge there playing down this entire controversy, even though several ministers as well as MLAs have spoken out. There is definitely dissent within the Congress there in Karnataka. NDTV's Deepak tried to speak to Randeep Surjewala as he arrived at the Congress headquarters. However, the Congress leader did not make any statement. Listen in.
Interesting times. The MLAs continue to make talks of leadership change. What do you have to say, sir? Would you like to say anything?
Welcome, sir.
Good, sir. Would you like to say anything? MLAs continues to make these sort of statements. Sir, is everything well within the Congress? Is everything well within the Congress? Well, there you have it. Mr. Surjewala at this point in time, unwilling to take questions really, not answering about the leadership change or the statements that are being made by the legislators.
Now, Deepak earlier did speak to MLA Iqbal Hussain, who has said that there needs to be a leadership change if the Congress wants to retain power in the state.
इकबाल जी नमस्कार, मैं दीपक बोल रहा हूँ एनडीटीवी से।
बोलिए साहब दीपक जी।
आपका एक ऑफिशियल रिएक्शन चाहिए था मुझे। ये जो आप स्टेटमेंट्स कर रहे हैं बार बार कि इस टर्म में ही डीके शिवकुमार को चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना है क्योंकि उन्होंने बहुत काम किया है केपीसीसी के लिए, ये आप आज भी आपने कहा है, आज आप जब सुरजेवाला जी से मिलने वाले हैं, क्या ये आप उनसे ये बातचीत भी करेंगे?
वही बोलने का है ना सर, उसके लिए जा रहा ना सर।
ओके, what are these things, sir, that you want to discuss seriously?
Sir, regarding these political issues, we have to talk now, sir.
Okay. So
for the development of our constituency, other things, sir. Rather than that, other issues are there. Regarding that, we wanted to talk to him directly, sir. What is there? See, if at all, if you are aiming to get again power in 2028, certain precautions you have to take at this time. This is the right time for you to take some preliminary precautions. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
Otherwise, no, sir. So, certain things we have to.
So, you're saying this is necessary for the Congress to come back in the next term? 200%.
200%. If at all, if you want power, if you want our government to be in power in 2028, sir, it should be a change. There should be a change.
All right, and let's just take a look at what Mr. Iqbal Hussain had said earlier when he said there needs to be a change of guard and how many MLAs are in support of D.K. Shivakumar. Now, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, however, has played down this entire controversy and claimed that he's going to continue and complete this 5-year term.
ನಾನೊಬ್ಬನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ನಾನೊಬ್ಬನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ MLAಗಳು, ಸುಮಾರು 100ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು MLAಗಳೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನೊಬ್ಬನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಶಾಸಕರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಡಳಿತ ಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಅವರು ಶ್ರಮ ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪಕ್ಷ ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆವತ್ತು ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ KPCC ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಪಕ್ಷ ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪಕ್ಷ ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬಲವಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಎತ್ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣಕರ್ತರು ಯಾರು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಮನವರಿಕೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಧ್ವನಿಗೂಡಿಸಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದಂಥದ್ದು ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಂತ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರವರು 14ನೇ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಇವ್ರನ್ನು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಮುಂದೆ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರವರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಭವಿಷ್ಯನು ಏನು ನುಡಿತಾನೆ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಬಂಡೆ ತರ ಭದ್ರವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ.
ನೀವಿಬ್ರು ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ.
ನಾವಿಬ್ರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ವಾ? ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ.
That is in the hands of High Command. Nobody can say here what is going in the High Command. This is left to the High Command. High Command has got power to take further actions, but unnecessarily one should not create problems.
A day after Khadgeji said that High Command will decide what will happen in Karnataka as far as CM is concerned, Surjewala ji tried to broker peace between the warring factions. Now, Congress MLA Iqbal Hussain has said that 100 plus MLAs of Congress want a change in Karnataka leadership. This is no confidence against Siddaramaiah. It is acceptance that his administration is a failure. Congress versus Congress. Congress party needs ceasefire, and that should be brokered by somebody in the Congress who considers himself as High Command, because Khadgeji does not consider himself as High Command.
All right, well, let's go across to our reporters now. And Deepak joins us from Bengaluru. Aishwarya Vasudha join us from Delhi. And first to you, Deepak, tell us what's happening over there. The Congress headquarters, Randeep Surjewala is there. He will be holding a series of meetings, though there have been several denials as well regarding this entire crisis.
Yes, MLAs continue to come into the Congress office. Meetings are going on. As of now, when we are speaking to the MLAs, they continue to maintain the conversations revolve around guarantee implementation, issues pertaining to their constituency, office bearers, within the Congress district, and so on. They're of course making it amply clear that there is no conversation about leadership and so on during these meetings. And this is something that we had told our viewers as well. As far as this meeting is concerned, it's to try and assess the mood through the conversations that they're having. Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala will try to assess the situation here, take the information, the political intel that he's gathering here from Karnataka through these legislators back to Delhi. There, Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, K.C. Venugopal, Mr. Surjewala himself, of course, all of them will sit together. They will try to dissect what exactly needs to be done and then make a decision in the next couple of months. What the decision will be is the thing that's most anticipated right now, with the legislators, especially those backing DK Shivakumar, making it very clear that there is a need for change. He has done his due for the party, and right now it's time for the party to reward him if they need to come back to power in 2028. That's another important aspect. As far as those backing Mr. Siddaramaiah is concerned, they're saying support of the legislators with him, support of the High Command with him. No question of change. Status quo will be maintained. He will continue to be the Chief Minister for the next 5 years. So what is on the mind of the High Command is a question. 1 p.m. Mr. Surjewala expected to hold a press a briefing here at the Congress office in Bengaluru. Mr. DK Shivakumar also will be a part of that meet. We'll of course be asking him some of these questions during that time. What he will have to say, that is going to be interesting, considering that yesterday he had ruled out any discussions being held with the legislators about the change in leadership.
All right, thanks so much, Deepak, for getting us all the developments there. So that press conference by Surjewala at 1 p.m. Aishwarya, if you can tell us, what is it that you are hearing? We heard Mallikarjun Kharge yesterday saying the High Command will decide, but so far Randeep Surjewala playing down this entire controversy.
Well, there has been a dissent between the legislators, that's out in open, and everybody knows what's the comments and statements that have been given by different who are making, their own statements. Of course, the Congress High Command or the Congress leadership distancing themselves and calling these statements as their individual views. But some of the leaders in Delhi are very close to the Congress High Command, particularly had been stating 3 major things. Randeep Surjewala has been sent to Karnataka with a motive second Randeep Surjewala will take intel, but a message of unity needs to send across, and therefore the reason perhaps we saw those hugs between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah and leaders like Priyank Khadge coming out in open and stating that it is the General Secretary who comes or the in charge who comes to the state and take a stock and gives back the report to the High Command. Who else will come? And there is no question of any sort of dissentment between the two leaders. We all know for the fact that in May 2023, when the Congress government made their way, it was of course a stiff competition between DK Shivakumar and Mr Siddaramaiah, and at that point in time the Congress High Command interfered and DK Shivakumar was settled to the post of the Deputy Chief Minister. But now it's 2.5 years which is about to complete, and there are many who are the loyalists of DK Shivakumar asking for a change. But certainly it is the Congress High Command, we've been told, that is looking very closely, monitoring every situation. But at this point in time, within a day or two, there is no major decision that is likely to happen. Siddaramaiah may continue is something that the close sources of the Congress High Command have told to us as well. And there would be a decision later when Randeep Surjewala will come back to Delhi. There will be few meetings that will happen between Mr. K.C. Venugopal, Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress High Command.
Right.
And certainly after that only any decision could be possible.
All right, thanks so much for that, Aishwarya. Veer Raghav also joining us on the phone line for more. And Veera, what is the latest that you're hearing? Sources saying that there will be no change for at least a few months, and as far as the leadership there goes?
Absolutely, Gargi. This was pretty much the position from the start. Let's just put this in context a little bit. This is not a power struggle that's been sparked off yesterday or today. This has been playing out since even before the Congress won the elections, and this has been playing out since they had to decide on that chief ministership for Siddaramaiah, deputy chief ministership and KPCC presidentship for DK Shivakumar. So there are different lobbies at play. What we're given to understand from the High Command is that they're very clearly aware of the situation. The presence scenario was sparked off by comments by MLA B.R. Patil, and he was seen as somebody close to Siddaramaiah. And when Minister Rajanna, who's also seen as somebody close to Siddaramaiah, spoke after Siddaramaiah's Delhi trip, there was a retaliation or a response from some of the MLAs who are loyal to DK Shivakumar. So both sides making their position very clear. It's categorical that there is always going to be a challenge and a quest for the post of chief ministership from DK Shivakumar and his lobby as well. But for the moment, the Congress High Command categorical that there is going to be no change at the top at the moment. After a few months, after subsequent discussions, we will take a final decision. There has been speculation, remember, from the start that there was a 2.5 year power sharing agreement. We will have to see how these things play out. A day is a long time in politics, a few months a very long time in politics, Gargi. But for the moment, status quo remains. The focus is about a possible cabinet reshuffle that's been demanded before the High Command, and as well as some sections demanding for a change in KPCC president as well.
All right, Veera, thanks so much for joining us with those details. So, different information really coming to the fore from the sources. Let's go across to Vasudha now for more. And Vasudha, once again, this Congress crisis playing out all in the open. We saw it at the time when, and as Veera said, this is something that's been playing out even before they formed government. And we saw that time as well when DK Shivakumar, was sulking. And it took a week to form government and declare Siddaramaiah as chief minister. So for the moment, it seems the Congress playing it down, but saying no change of guard yet. So something is expected in a few months down the road.
Absolutely, Gargi. Politically, Karnataka is very important for the Congress party because apart from Karnataka, it's only Telangana and Himachal Pradesh that the Congress has right now. And Karnataka is not just industrialized, it's also seen as in many ways a prototype of the Congress's model of governance, especially using Rahul Gandhi's ideas, specifically when it comes to caste census or the implementation of the Congress party's guarantees, something that has become a template in for its campaign in all states, which is why there is a lot of attention that the High Command, the Congress High Command has on Karnataka. What I understand right now is there is going to be no change with respect to the chief minister's phase. There is at least 15,000 to 20,000 votes in every constituency that is owed to Siddaramaiah's candidature because he comes from the Ahinda community. He is a mass leader, which is why the Congress party, despite
Do you really know the company you invest?
Meetings that are being taken by Randeep Surjewala has to do with a possible reshuffle. Remember that in Telangana a reshuffle happened, but that was a cabinet expansion. Now there are enough number of ministers that the Karnataka cabinet has. There have to be some ministers who have to be dropped. There is the name of Zahir Ahmed that's going on. What I understand is that Siddaramaiah wants a reshuffle to happen so that he is firmly ensconced in that seat of chief minister for the next part of the tenure. But DK Shivakumar is not really completely in line with that idea. He also is speaking from a position of the KPCC president. He's been the KPCC president for the last 5 years, and there have been voices that have demanded changes in the organization as well, like Veera was mentioning. KN Rajanna, who's seen as close to Siddaramaiah, has talked about organizational changes. So there are supporters from both leaders' camps who are speaking out of turn, but they are in some ways flexing their muscles for their leaders. There's a lot of shadow boxing happening, with the main bone of contention being a possible cabinet reshuffle, which could be happening. But as of now, there is no question of change of guard as far as Karnataka is concerned.
All right, thanks so much, Vasudha, for joining us with all the latest developments, and Aishwarya. We're also now joined by Madhavan Narayanan, senior journalist, and Sajjan Kumar, political analyst. Thank you both for joining us. So for the moment, it seems our reporters are saying that the crisis has, in a sense, the immediate crisis averted, but there could be a change a few months down the road. Madhavan Narayanan, your comments first.
Yeah, I think it's, I'd like to say 2 or 3 things. First, it's unusual for the Congress president himself to use the word high command. You know, I can imagine lower functionaries or workers using the word high command. There is no such thing called the high command in a constitutional sense. So it basically shows that Kharge himself officially declares himself to be relatively powerless. And therefore, it comes down to the Nehru Gandhi family and of course, the General Secretary of in charge of Karnataka, Randeep Surjewala. So, but I see his statement, which is a public one, as a signal to Siddaramaiah that the High Command or the powers that be in Delhi are not averse to replacing him should the need arise. He's not assuring that Siddaramaiah will stay, and that itself is a signal to Siddaramaiah. What does the signal mean? The signal means that either he has to have a cabinet reshuffle in which supporters or loyalists or issues that are concerning for DK Shivakumar are sufficiently accommodated. But we should also take a look at the fact that Siddaramaiah has been leading the so-called caste survey in Karnataka, which challenges the established Lingayat and Vocaliga communities of in this state who are very powerful socially and politically. And Shivakumar himself belongs to the Vocaliga community, which also represents by proxy the farmers' lobby. So there is a balancing act as well as a power sharing syndrome that is at play. And it seems that both parties, Siddaramaiah camp as well as Shivakumar camp, have been flexing their muscles through caste survey, demands for organizational changes, demands for cabinet positions to arrive at some kind of a negotiating position. I want to draw the analogy like you have the India-US trade deal. This is what we are seeing is a political trade deal within a social coalition organized within the politically cohesive party. It's a challenging moment for Congress, especially Rahul Gandhi, because some of the issues will also rub off on the Bihar elections, because how you treat some of the backward castes who are not just sufficiently represented is a test case for Congress. And I'll watch that very carefully. But I do expect that the storm is blowing over and there will be some kind of a compromise.
All right, and perhaps that cabinet reshuffle first is what's going to happen. Sajjan Kumar, your comments and important points being made by Madhavan Narayanan, and there's something that Vasudha is also talking about, the importance of Siddaramaiah and his clout that he has, the Ahinda clout that he holds. Also, on the other hand, DK Shivakumar, who has been promised the top job at some point, and his organizational, he's a strongman there, he's a leader, and he has a good hold on the Congress's organization there in Karnataka.
Yes, precisely. I agree with both Mr. Madhavan and Vasudha. Siddaramaiah is just not just an important leader. He's indispensable, pivotal to the Congress support base. among the OBCs, among a section of the Dalits, and besides also among the women. So that way, it's very difficult at this juncture for Congress to think of retaining the government or continuing with the government going into the next election without the face of Siddaramaiah, despite the crisis in the governance, primarily on the fiscal front. This is one. Two, we also have to see the nature of leadership. While Siddaramaiah is always a maverick, mass-based leader, DK Shivakumar comes from a very disciplined, organization-centric, and having the financial clout, and also someone who has managerial trait. And therefore, the combination should work to, good for the party and the government, provided the chemistry is good. The problem, as has been pointed out before, is that both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar are quite adamant about the top post. And it has been going, but if you see the political history in the recent past, across India, you see whenever there has been either within the party or in a coalition about sharing the post of chief minister alternatively after 2.5 years, it has never succeeded. It did not succeed between Mulayam Singh Yadav and Mayawati in early 90s, neither between BJP, Rajnath Singh and Mayawati. So that way, we do not have a history. And in this junction, we also should take into cognizance the proclivity of Rahul Gandhi, who is more inclined towards mass leader rather than a managerial personality. So there can be other ways to satiate the demands and ego of the Deputy CM Shiv Kumar. But I don't think Congress would like to change Siddaramaiah at this juncture. Yes.
All right. And Madhavan Narayanan, once again, this crisis playing out in the public. We saw Mr. Priyank Kharge, saying that no, nothing is going on, and that Mr. Surjewala was there. It was just a routine visit. But that's the other difference that one always sees between the BJP and Congress. Here in the Congress, a lot of the crisis is there in the public eye, and, we reporters learn various things from all our sources.
Yeah, I think, but Gargi, you should consider the fact that the BJP is also increasingly behaving like the Congress. We saw the public resignation of Raja Singh yesterday as in Telangana. So as I've seen 30, 40 years of politics, and I can tell you that whenever the party comes in a position of power, over a period of time, the cadres get restless and they want their share of the spoils, if not the spoils, at least some prominence in the organization. And some of the caste-based appointments or popularity-based appointments are upsetting to BJP's old RSS Hindutva type hands. Similarly, in Congress, it is much more open. It's more about personal ambitions and community dynamics. And to that extent, Congress is nothing new. We saw it in Rajasthan between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot once. And in BJP, it is slightly more cloaked. But I would not say it is absent. It happens slowly, but it does happen. And the longer a party stays in power, the more it is prone to the spoils of ambition. It's a fact of human life. Nothing specific to any party.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much both for joining us on the program. And let's go across to my colleague Aishwarya now for the very latest. And Aishwarya, so it seems that for the moment the crisis averted, and what we are going to see is possibly changes in the cabinet and a reshuffle taking place.
And all eyes would be on that press conference that will be held shortly from Bengaluru, where we have been told Randeep Surjewala along with DK Shivakumar will be sitting together, whether there would be some sort of decision that will come. The sources have clearly indicated that nothing major would be coming out in that press conference, as the High Command categorically told Randeep Surjewala was being sent over there to just take the intel out and to communicate. The sources clearly indicating that yes, DK Shivakumar wanted that cabinet reshuffle, and that will increase the prospects of him to be the new chief minister. There was a stiff competition between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, but as of now, only good governance is on the focus, on the cards, and Congress High Command wants that to be portrayed loud and open. A portrayal of unity is something that is a message message that has been sent out loud and clear from the High Command to Randeep Surjewala, and that will be communicated to most of the legislators out there in Karnataka as well, and that's how the things will go on. Any decision would be taken only after few meetings that will be held in Delhi when Randeep Surjewala will come and submit a report. Meetings will take place in the national capital, and then only anything will come out. But interesting to see as to how legislators would be responding to what will be told to them in a communication with Randeep Surjewala, and what will come out in that important press conference that will be held shortly at the KPCC.
Right, Aishwarya. So that press conference is just about half an hour from now. Thanks so much for joining us there with all the latest developments. With that, we'll slip into a short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
साथ हमारा है सबके साथ, विश्वास का ऐसा बढ़ाया था हाथ, उम्मीद और भरोसे से बनी अब सबकी।
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India. It matters to India. It matters to India. And it matters to me. And it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivakumar. Only on NDTV 24x7. Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools and lead with impact. Starts July 13th. Enroll now and power your business with sustainability.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I'm bringing that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti, also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge. Covering Bengal.
Welcome back. The accused in the Kolkata campus horror, Manojit Mishra, will be produced before a magisterial court later today, and the police will seek an extension of custody and oppose bail for the accused, who is accused of raping a woman on campus. This as the Trinamool Congress government in Bengal faces a full-blown political pressure over the incident, with the BJP pointing to links of the main accused to the Trinamool and saying that the government is trying to shield the accused. The Mamata Banerjee government, however, has denied all these charges. Remember, the victim was dragged into a guard room on campus and raped by Manojit Mishra as two other law students stood guard outside, and a fact-finding team of the BJP too arrived in Kolkata yesterday to ascertain all the information. NDTV's Sheshi sent us this report.
Well, the police remand of the 3 accused ends today in the Kolkata gang rape horror. They will be produced before the Alipur Sessions Court today, where the police is likely to seek remand for another 10 days to interrogate the accused and join those loose ends of this case. Now, the police have taken out the criminal history of Monojit Mishra, who so far has denied his involvement in this heinous crime in a law college campus here in Kolkata. The 4th arrest was also made on Saturday by the Kolkata police. The security guard inside whose room this heinous act was committed and who was there present but did not help the victim is also in police custody. The police are trying to understand whether this was pre-planned, whether or not more people were involved, and what was the role of the college administration where this incident took place.
And now an exclusive conversation with one of the Kolkata Law College students who actually knew Monojit Mishra, who was called Mango on campus. He revealed shocking details about him and his political backing.
सब स्टूडेंट्स उनको बहुत फियर करते थे. एक इंटिमिडेशन का एटमॉस्फेयर क्रिएट हो गया था कैंपस में because he used to click photos of the female students, morph them and circulate them on WhatsApp groups. And then he also used to sexually harass the female students, intimidate them, and इतना intimidation था कि मतलब students लोग classes attend करना ही मतलब डर रहे थे classes attend करने से. And there have been several complaints about him throughout Kolkata. Like in 2019, he sexually harassed a woman in college, tore her clothes. In 2024, he beat up a security guard and vandalized college property. And then in 2019 again, he was involved in some kind of theft. So throughout Kolkata, there have been several FIRs filed against him. But nobody took any action because of his political influence. He was so politically safeguarded by the Trinamool Congress that nobody dared to touch him.
अच्छा ये बताइए कि क्या कॉलेज में ऐसी और भी लड़कियां थीं जिनके साथ इसने जो है गलत काम किया या उनको परेशान किया, उनको हरेस किया, उनको स्टॉक कर रहा था? ऐसी भी कई सारी क्या कंप्लेंट्स थी, क्या और लड़कियां थीं या कुछ ऐसी लड़कियां भी रहीं जिन्होंने शिकायतें नहीं की, कंप्लेन नहीं किया?
There have been many girls like that. उनका काम ही था कि स्टॉक करना है लड़कियों को, harass करना है लड़कियों को. I don't think there was literally any girl that wasn't harassed by him. मतलब बहुत complaints थे उनके regarding. Even कि his own parents disowned him because of these complaints. उनके पिताजी एक priest है कालिका टेम्पल में, तो वो लोग 5-6 years से उनको disown करके रखे हैं. So there have been many complaints by women like at that college and also out of the college as well.
Well, news now from Bengaluru, and suspended IPS officer Vikash Kumar. There has been relief for him. Remember, he was suspended after the stampede that took place following the IPL final, and 11 people had died in that stampede outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Now, Vikash Kumar has been granted relief by the Central Administrative Tribunal, and his suspension has been revoked. He served as the Additional Commissioner of Police West in Bengaluru and was in charge of security of the stadium. He had approached the tribunal challenging his suspension by the state government. Let's go across to Deepak for more. And Deepak, give us more details. Now, this case, his suspension took place at a time when the Karnataka government was being attacked by the opposition over the stampede in which 11 people had died, though the police had said that the officers were being blamed unfairly.
This is a very interesting and important, observation, or rather an order that has come in from the Central Administrative Tribunal, which was, of course, hearing the petition that was moved by Vikash Kumar, who was one of the IPS officers who was suspended by the state government following the stampede. One of the biggest takeaways here is that prima facie the court, or the tribunal rather, finds that it was RCB that was responsible for the gathering. They're also saying that the letter of the KCA that has been spoken about in no way spoke about the intention of gathering a huge amount of people. And the third aspect here is that there was no substantial evidence or material with the government at the time a decision was taken for the suspension. So right now a lot of thinking to do for the state government. What they're going then next move is going to be, whether they're going to challenge this order of the tribunal, because if they do, that's going to be interesting. I'm just going to take this question across to Congress MLA Mr. Rizwan Arshad. Sir, the Central Administrative Tribunal, one of the IPS officers who was suspended, had moved the tribunal. They have come out with a very interesting order. They're saying that the state government, while they suspended these officers, they were very mechanical in their approach. There was no substantial evidence or material before them to actually suspend them. Right now, his suspension has been revoked. They've also advised that the same order should apply to the other two IPS officers. How will the state government really view this?
The state government will definitely, I don't know, I have not seen or I am the decision maker in this, but the state government should challenge it. 11 people have lost their lives. The officers who were responsible to maintain law and order, the officers who were directly responsible to organize the whole police protection, if they are not taken into account, if they are not accountable, they are not held accountable, then what it is? We have lost 11 people.
But the court is saying prima facie it looks like the RCP was the one who was responsible for gathering so many people. The KCS letter didn't show any intention that there was gathering. So where was the police's duty here? How are they talking about dereliction of duty? Is the court's, or rather the tribunal's observation?
When the government has suspended them, definitely there must have been a message from the government. Bangalore police should be ever ready to handle situations. Right? If the RCB has called, they will be held accountable, they will be held responsible. But when we know that they have called, the police department should have done enough arrangements. And whosoever has, somewhere shown some kind of a relaxed attitude, the government might have taken.
So in all likelihood, you're going to challenge this?
I don't know that, because I'm not a responsible person. The people responsible in the government will take a call. But the government's decision was because there were serious lapses. The government had taken the decision to suspend officers. The government I think they should challenge.
Okay. Well, that was Congress MLA Rizwan Arshad saying that definitely the government should look at challenging that order. So very interesting. Even as a host of political developments are taking place here in Karnataka, there is another issue now for the state government to deal with.
All right, Deepak, thanks so much for joining us with all those developments. News now from Madhya Pradesh, where a horrifying murder has taken place of a young girl who was being stalked by her murderer. And this has also exposed deep cracks in public safety and hospital security because it took place in a hospital on June 27th inside a government district hospital of Narsinghpur. A 19-year-old girl, Sandhya Chaudhary, a class 12 student, was brutally murdered in full public view by a man who was said to be obsessed with her. But what's more shocking is that no one intervened, even as Abhishek Koshti, the accused, was sitting on the girl and slitting her throat. There you can see that horrific video that obviously we have blurred because it's absolutely horrifying. The attack lasted around 10 minutes and the young woman just bled out there. Earlier we spoke to Anurag Dwari for more.
She just passed, class 12th, and she was doing some certificate course from the hospital, and she informed her parents that she is going to hospital for some work to meet some relative, and this incident has happened at around 3 p.m. when this guy came in. He started talking to her, and then something has happened. In just 5 minutes, he started stabbing the Sandhya Chaudhary, and she died within few minutes. And as you see in those visuals, nobody came forward, nobody helped her out. Even the doctor started filming, but then nobody helped her. So the police sources are saying that it was one-sided love affair, but the parents are saying that they don't know anyone by the name of Abhishek Koshti, and the girl was not like that. So it was quite apparent that this person, Abhishek Koshti, was angry. A few of them have also said that he was stalking the girl from the past many months, but then this entire incident happened inside the hospital premises. A very shocking visual, very shocking news from the hospital premises, the district hospital in Narsinghpur.
News now of model Shefali Jariwala's tragic death, and the post-mortem report has still not been made public. What is known is the reality TV star had been observing a fast on the day that she died. That was the 27th. This was a part of a religious ritual, and the police say, possibly took her medication on an empty stomach, which may have led to her death. She collapsed at home. She was just 42 years old. What has been revealed is that she was taking anti-aging medication and had even taken an IV drip. NDTV's Abira sent us this report.
The post-mortem report, we have to wait for more 2 or 3 days because that's a normal protocol that is followed, and we have to wait for 2 more days for the post-mortem reports to be submitted to police as well as the family, and then it will be made public. But till then, let me tell you about Shefali. We know that Shefali was on anti-aging medicines, and she was also taking skin lightening supplements. So about the safety of these, first, these are very common medications or injections that are taken by people, just not from the entertainment industry, but otherwise also, but mostly from people from the entertainment industry who would want to look a certain way on camera. But yes, there is this obsession in the society, I won't say with entertainment, just the entertainment industry, but people in the society who are watching this, we have this obsession of watching only young people on screen or the youth. And that puts a lot of pressure mostly on women who are constantly trying to look young so that their career span increases, and this is the kind of pressure she was also under, because she was 42, but she would go and perform. She'll be on reality TV. So yes, these anti-aging treatments do have side effects. These skin lightening treatments do have side effects. We spoke to someone who have gone through this side effects, and she said that she was literally, she felt that she's dying the moment she took these injections. But also we know that that day her friend, Shefali's friend, said she took vitamin C. Now vitamin C is something which is very common. We all take it, but what we need to look at is, was it only vitamin C, or was there a cocktail of other supplements?
नाही बघा, या बाबतीत मी पहिल्या दिवशी सांगितलं होतं की फाऊल प्ले जर का कोणी तक्रार केलेली असेल, असं कोणी पुढे आलेलं असेल, त्या बाबतीत त्या दृष्टीने चौकशी करण्यात येईल. ही ज्यावेळेला घटना घडते त्यावेळेस पीएमच्या रिपोर्टवरती आपण डिपेंड असतो. जर का पीएमचे रिपोर्ट जर का क्लिअर जर का आले, रिपोर्ट आता हातामध्ये येऊ द्या, ते जर का क्लिअर असेल तर कुठेही फाऊल प्लेचा जर का चान्स नसेल तर कुठे प्रश्न उद्भवत नाही. कुठे जरी आम्हाला नक्कीच पीएमच्या रिपोर्टवर जर का शंका वाटली, नक्कीच त्या दृष्टीने आमचं इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन चालेल आणि त्यासाठी योग्य ती कारवाई मिळेल.
Remember, Shefali Jariwala came to the limelight around 20 years ago when she starred in a video, Kata Laga, and we spoke to the director of that video on his thoughts during this tragic time.
बहुत सारी स्टोरीज ऐसे चलती हैं कि आपने और राधिका ने शेफाली को स्पॉट कैसे किया था. So I just want you to set the record straight of what is the memory of when you first saw Shefali, and what did it strike about you that you felt ki this could be your next star of the next music video?
No, that is what Radhika and I were planning an album called DJ Doll. And we were looking around for a person who's of that particular age, where you can be a doll like innocence in character, innocence in human feelings, human relations and all that, because the casting is not about how you look, casting is all about the touch and feel also, and the emotions you carry at that particular time in your eyes and in your behavior and all that, And what has happened now on Saturday night, which is Offer Destiny's play, I think that day in the afternoon we were spotting the Shefali was also like a play of destiny, because Radhika and I were driving on the linking road, Bandra, and of Mumbai, and like as you said, we were looking out for the girl who was bigger doll, And here passes a scooter next to her car, and you have this elderly lady and a girl hugging to her, and so complexion almost like a Snow White, and all innocence, and Radhika and I just looked at her and we says, I know, how can somebody we have been looking around for so long be just coming just parallel to us on a drive while we are driving, and we stopped on the next signal, and we hailed her, and we stopped at mother and daughter duo, and then we asked her, and then she said she's studying engineering in Bhavan's College in Bandra, in Andheri. And we said, okay, so if you are interested, then to come for auditions to the office. And we left her number and left, and we left. Next day, promptly, she was there for the audition, and with no experience of facing camera and no experience of acting, all of 19 years old, and studying, belonging to a traditional family, and coming right in front with and auditioning, and she was all hands and legs, all over the place, And Radhika and I were watching the audition, and she was just blowing these flying kisses towards the camera and winking and all those, trying to be this girl who's visiting the club, which was part of the concept of the album, and how the teenagers would be. And her mind and her perception was this, that,
rebellious.
She and I, Radhika and I just knew that this girl is our doll, and she was doll-like, and she was all innocence personified,
Well, news now from Tamil Nadu, where 5 police officers have been booked for the custodial death of one Ajit Kumar in Sivaganga district, and the 5 policemen will now be investigated. A CID probe is underway with the autopsy confirming multiple injuries, and the public outrage led to the suspension and a 15-day judicial custody. This was the death of a guard in Sivaganga, and now 5 policemen are going to be investigated. They have been booked for murder for the custodial death of this guard. Let's go across to Sam Daniel for more. And Sam, what are the details? Why was this guard picked up?
Gargi, investigators say there was a police complaint by a lady that this guard had allegedly stolen her jewelry left inside a car when she had come to worship at a temple where he was the guard. And based on her complaint, police had summoned him along with his brother, and both were taken to an isolated place, and police had allegedly tortured him. Some videos also have emerged, and lawyers have presented these videos, which NDTV cannot independently verify, to the court. And as we speak now, the Tamil Nadu government has arrested 5 police personnel who were earlier suspended based on the post-mortem report, which sources say have confirmed torture by police. And the SP of Sivaganga district has also been moved and placed under compulsory wait. And the SP of the neighboring Ramanathapuram district has been given additional charge of Sivaganga district. And as we speak, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court is also hearing a plea asking for a CBI probe into this issue. This has come as a huge embarrassment for the ruling DMK, which, when it was in the opposition, had gone to town over the issue of a similar custodial torture of a father and son down south in Tirunelveli district. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has said, unlike the past under the AIADMK regime, in this case, swift action was immediately taken. The police personnel were first suspended, and soon after the post-mortem report arrived, they were arrested, and the SP also put under
Sam, in fact, we can see a video. As you said, there are videos available. It's disturbing visuals really for our viewers. We'd like to warn you, and we haven't, these are videos that are circulating and being shown by many who are alleging that this man was brutally beaten, though the police, Sam, are saying that he suffered some sort of a fit when he was in police custody. And as you said, this is, the second time we're seeing such a controversy breaking out. I remember that father-son duo, and that time it was horrifying, the kind of details of the torture that they underwent. In this particular case, we can see that he is being beaten with a lathi, and now at least swift action, Sam, being taken, and 5 policemen being booked.
That's right. That's what the police say, that this man suffered epilepsy when the interrogation was on, and he was immediately rushed to hospital where he was told that he was brought dead. But investigation based on the post-mortem report has confirmed allegations of torture, and the Tamil Nadu police, the government has immediately first suspended these 5 police personnel and later arrested them, and the SP also has been put under compulsory wait, and additional charge given to the SP of the other adjoining district. Speaking to reporters a short while ago, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin briefly explained the action taken, and Tamil Nadu Police Chief also in a statement, written statement, explained the series of these developments and how the police, unlike the past, did not delay in taking action. Immediate action was taken, and they say investigation is underway. We'll have to wait and watch what the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court would ultimately rule in this case, seeking for a CBI probe. And these videos, which NDTV cannot independently verify, have also been presented to the court to explain the gravity of the situation and to bolster their case that there's been a case of torture by the enforcement agencies, in this case, the police, Gargi.
All right, Sam, and interrogation or questioning is a mild way of putting it. We can see the way the lathi is being hit on this poor guard who was arrested or taken in by the police for questioning. For viewers who may just be tuning in, if you can take us through this entire case. 5 cops have been booked now for the death of this guard, and he was first taken in for questioning after he was accused of stealing gold.
That's right. It happened a few days ago after a woman had alleged that this particular security guard of a temple had stolen a gold jewelry kept in their car when they had come to worship at the temple. Based on her complaint, the police had summoned this particular security guard and his brother, and in the presence of the other brother, this guard was beaten up with lathi, which the complainants say he was tortured, and ultimately he died. And police say he was rushed to the hospital. He suffered epilepsy, they allege, and the hospital declared he was brought dead. And it was in this context this allegation of torture came up, and the Tamil Nadu police initially had suspended 5 police personnel, and after the post-mortem report, sources say confirmed torture, police have now arrested these 5 police personnel, and the SP of Sivaganga district also has been placed under compulsory wait, having been at the police station, jurisdiction police station, when this alleged torture took place, and the charge has now been handed over to the SP of the adjoining Ramanathapuram district. As we speak now, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court is hearing petitions seeking a CBI probe into this issue of torture, Gargi.
All right, Sam, thanks so much for joining us with all those latest developments. Then we'll continue to track this story. 5 Tamil Nadu policemen booked for the death of this guard in custody. With that, we'll slip into a short break. More news and updates coming up on the other side. Stay with us.
The last 1 month, if you see, the share prices of Gensol Engineering has fallen more than 58%.
Why are the rating firms calling the debt payments as default?
We have 2
credible credit rating agencies on March 4th coming and downgrading the stock to D.
Statements are consistently being proven wrong, and transactions are being taken place which are different from what they were originally pictured to be.
The company claimed it would roll out 6,400 electric vehicles. But what it has rolled out is a shocking scam. Funds meant for the project were funneled allegedly back to the promoters, the Junkie brothers. What did the money buy? Not EVs, of course, but a lavish flat in Gurgaon's luxurious DLF Carmelias.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India. It matters to India. And it matters to me. And it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivakumar. Only on NDTV 24x7.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
बदलाव की इच्छा रखने वाले लोग, उनको ये तय करना है कि वो जनसुराज जैसे नए विकल्प को चुनते हैं कि फिर पिटे पिटाए अपनी पुरानी व्यवस्था में जाना चाहते हैं।
तेजस्वी जी मुख्यमंत्री बने हैं, हमारी पूरी सपोर्ट है उनको। हम किंग मेकर की भूमिका में रहना चाहते हैं।
ये लोग घर से बाहर नहीं निकल पाते थे।
आपने इनको 20 साल से हमको केवल 20 महीना दे दीजिए, बस केवल 20 महीना।
जंगल राज लाने वाले मौका देख रहे हैं अपने पुराने कारनामे करने।
Tamil Nadu custodial death, a brutal assault that's been captured on camera. 5 policemen have been booked for the murder. This is a custodial death of a security guard that has been captured on camera, revealing the brutality of the people. These are the policemen who have now been taken into custody. They've been booked for the murder. And sources as far as the Congress party in Karnataka is concerned, and this is in regard to the dissent in Karnataka, there's no change of guard likely for the next few months is what we're hearing. The party high command to take that final decision. And Karnataka MLA's big claim saying that 100 leaders are backing and supporting Mr Shivakumar as opposed to Siddaramaiah and demanding that change of guard. The Karnataka minister refuting dissent claims that is Priyank Kharge, saying there's no talk of the change in the ministerialship of the guard as far as the state of Karnataka is concerned. But Iqbal said refuting those claims. In the Bengaluru stampede case, the IPS officer's suspension has been revoked. We are talking about the tribunal there, ordering as far as Karnataka government's order is concerned, saying that that order was mechanical. 3 IPS officers were suspended after the stampede that claimed 11 lives. In the Telangana factory fire that has now, the death toll has gone up to 35 people. Revant Reddy there meeting with the families of the victims and announcing a compensation of 1 lakh rupees to the families of the victims and 50,000 rupees to the ones who have been injured in this tragic incident.
And campus horror with Kolkata rape accused in court. He will be produced in court shortly. The TMC backed the main accused, is what the college student has gone ahead and spoken out. Do remember that there have been alleged links. These are alleged links with the TMC, something the TMC has completely been denying. A very good afternoon. You're watching NDTV 24x7. I'm Divya Vazwa. We have a whole lot lined up for you, including 5 police officers have been booked for the murder in the custodial death. This is the custodial death which took place in Tamil Nadu. We're talking about, a probe that is underway with the autopsy. They're confirming multiple injuries. Now, 5 policemen have been booked in this brutal murder that was caught on camera. 40 injury marks have been reportedly, the reports are suggesting that the kind of bodily injury marks that have been reported in this case are to the tune of 40. And the Madras High Court, they're pulling up the police in Tamil Nadu. This is an outrage that has led to the suspension of the police officers. All 5 policemen have now been sent to jail in this case. Sam joining us to get us very latest. Sam, a very shocking case there, and all this has been caught on camera and really highlighting how the policemen take matters into their own hands. And this is a security guard who was beaten up. He suffered 40 injury marks on his body, and that led to his death.
This has come as a huge embarrassment for the Tamil Nadu government, the Tamil Nadu police and the ruling DMK in the state, Divya. The allegation is that this particular security guard of a temple in Sivaganga district of Tamil Nadu had allegedly stolen some gold jewelry placed inside a car of a lady who had come to worship in that temple. And it was on the basis of her complaint, the police had taken him to a place where this allegedly had taken place, and visuals which NDTV cannot independently verify show the police personnel in civil dress assaulting this man with lathi, and he ultimately died. Police, although initially claimed that this man had suffered epilepsy, because of which he died, and he was rushed to the hospital, but the hospital declared to have been brought dead. But now, after the post-mortem report, although initially the police had suspended these 5 police personnel, now all the 5 police personnel have been arrested, and they've been booked under murder, sections of murder. And as we speak now, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court is hearing pleas for a CBI probe into this case. And these videos, which we cannot independently verify, have also been presented to the court, and the court had made strong observations, raising several difficult, tough questions to the police, including why was the man's body taken to Madurai after he died? Why wasn't the FIR registered immediately? Why was he taken to a different location for interrogation? Is it to select a place where there was no CCTV cameras, including all those tough questions? And we should wait and watch what the court would ultimately rule after continuing its hearing after lunch break this afternoon. And police denied that there's been any attempt of cover-up. A statement from the Tamil Nadu DGP's office says swift action was taken immediately. 5 police personnel initially suspended, and after the post-mortem report confirmed torture, they were immediately arrested, and the district SP also has now been put under compulsory wait, and the charge for Sivaganga district given to the SP of the adjoining Ramanathapuram district. Speaking to reporters at the DMK head.
From what we're hearing is the 27-year-old man was, he had access to the car keys, and this was based on that complaint that the man was picked up. He was questioned, but then he was released. But later he was detained all over again for further questioning, and it's during the second round of questioning is when the man, reportedly complained of discomfort, and, the man then went on to sustain 40 injury marks to his body, and that was the kind of brutality that the man faced. The poor man, the 27-year-old temporary guard, this really led to the death of the man. Sam, get us details of, the videos say it all as far as that video that we're playing out on our screen at the moment. Take us through, these policemen, why would they take matters into their own hands? 5 of them, beating up a poor 27-year-old man, and that to a temporary guard at that. And this was really, it's raising a lot of questions, particularly as far as the opposition is concerned.
Clearly a case of police excess from what it appears, and the tough questions being asked by the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, and what the post-mortem report reveals according to credible sources in the police, Divya. And this lady had come to worship in that temple in a car, which she had given the keys to this security guard, asking for another person to move the car to another place. And it was in this context, later she found that the jewelry kept in the car was missing, and she had pointed fingers at this young security guard to who she had given the car keys to move the car. And it was in this context the police had initially interrogated him, but nothing emerged, and then they took him to another place to continue their second round of interrogation, which turned into a torture. And this was recorded on camera by somebody, and this has now been presented to the court, asking for a CBI probe. And this, for the ruling DMK, has come as a huge embarrassment, because when it was in the opposition earlier under the AIADMK regime, it had gone to town with the murder, a custodial death of a father and son in the Tirunelveli district of Tamil Nadu. And this again is a repeat of that kind of situation. But the ruling DMK and the Tamil Nadu police argue that there was no attempt of any kind of cover-up.
We also have Aarti, a colleague, joining us to get us details on this. Aarti, when we talk about the claims that are being made, particularly by the BJP in the state, saying that he was beaten up for over 2 days, and he's even given a number as far as the BJP president is concerned, saying that there were 7 policemen who were involved in this. Take us through the reactions coming out as far as the opposition leaders are concerned, particularly what is actor turned politician Vijay saying in this regard?
That's right, Divya. Now, as far as the DMK government is concerned, it has faced a lot of backlash after this. Of course, CM Stalin has said that action will be taken. Remember, once the post-mortem report had come out in this case, that's when these police officers had come under the scanner as well, and this video had surfaced post that as well. Now, once this video had come out, post-mortem details also on a parallel said that vital organs of this person was damaged. Now, like our colleague Sam was mentioning, this person, 27-year-old security guard Ajit Kumar from Sivaganga, was beaten up. He was picked up on a theft matter. Of course, details of that we've discussed just earlier as well, a woman having given her car keys to the security guard. Now, there is no sort of motive that has been declared yet, Divya. As far as why this assault took place, referring to your question earlier as to why the police officers would beat up this man, there's no motive that has come out so far. But of course, that investigation would come out. And like Sam was mentioning, the Madras High Court has made some observation as well, hitting out not only at the government but coming down heavily on the police officers as well as to why they would beat up a man who was unarmed. Now, these questions, of course, are arising, and like you mentioned, the opposition there in Tamil Nadu also bringing up these questions as to why this man was beaten up, and there are a lot of claims that are coming out that he was beaten up for 2 days at a time, and that there are about 40 injuries that he had sustained. Of course, the post-mortem details said that his vital organs were damaged. Remember, like Sam was mentioning, the police had earlier claimed that he had died after an epilepsy attack, but of course the post-mortem rules out that. Now more, of course, questions are being raised as far as the DMK government's reaction. Earlier, the BJP was saying that the CM Stalin was silent on the case, but CM Stalin, of course, had come out later and said that action will be taken on these police officers. And as far as the action taken so far, 5 of these police officers have been arrested after this video has come out as well.
Thank you so much, Aarti and Sam, for getting us all the details. Switching tracks now to Karnataka and the Game of Thrones there amid mounting speculation about a possible leadership change when it comes to the state of Karnataka. Now, high stakes and power play unfolding as far as Karnataka goes with, we are expecting, a lot to come out of that visit of Randeep Surjewala. To remember, he's been there since yesterday. He had one-on-one meetings yesterday, and today he's also meeting with the Karnataka Congress MLAs, where a legislator known to be close to Deputy Chief Minister Mr Shivakumar has said that a majority, as far as the MLAs are concerned, concerned, as many as 100 MLAs, they want a change in guard. That is the demand that is being made. The MLA is Iqbal Hussain, who has warned that the Congress may not even retain power in the state elections which are coming up in the year of 2028. We're far from it, but saying that, the government will not survive and not be able to sustain if there isn't a change of guard, if the Chief Minister is not changed. And they are all supporting DK Shivakumar to take over as far as the Chief Ministership of the state is concerned. Let's just listen in to how Priyank Kharge is reacting, refuting those claims and asking why is it that all these tough questions are only asked by the Congress party. Listen in.
It doesn't matter who says what. The High Command has been very clear. Everybody's roles have been well defined. Mr. Siddaramaiah is the Chief Minister. Mr. DK Shivakumar is the PCC President and the Deputy Chief Minister. Everybody has been assigned their responsibility through their ministries, and it's our job to ensure we deliver for the people of Karnataka. Mr. Surjewala is here, he's our in charge. If he doesn't come and take stock of what is happening in the state, will Mr. BL Santosh come? PCC President has made it clear, CM has made it clear, and more importantly, the Congress President has made it clear. What does it matter what anybody else's opinion is? How come one rule for BJP ruled chief ministers and one rule for Congress ruled chief ministers?
After my colleague Deepak, spoke with the MLA, we're talking about Iqbal Hussain, who went on to claim that there are 100 MLAs wanting that it should be DK Shivakumar who should be leading the ship as far as the state of Karnataka is concerned. Well, he also did try, Deepak tried to also speak with Randeep Surjewala, who is trying to iron out the differences within the party. Asking if there could be a possible change as far as the Chief Minister's position is concerned. This is something that he raised with Randeep Surjewala while trying to speak with him.
Sir, interesting times. The MLAs continue to make talks of leadership change. What do you have to say, sir? Would you like to say anything?
Welcome, sir.
Good, sir. Would you like to say anything? MLAs continues to make these sort of statements. Sir, is everything well within the Congress? Is everything well within the Congress? Well, there you have it. Mr. Surjewala at this point in time, unwilling to take questions really, not answering about the leadership change or the statements that are being made by the legislators.
इकबाल जी नमस्कार, मैं दीपक बोल रहा हूँ एनडीटीवी से।
बोलिए साहब दीपक जी।
आपका एक ऑफिशियल रिएक्शन चाहिए था मुझे। ये जो आप स्टेटमेंट्स कर रहे हैं बार बार कि इस टर्म में ही डीके शिवकुमार को चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना है क्योंकि उन्होंने बहुत काम किया है केपीसीसी के लिए, ये आप आज भी आपने कहा है, आज आप जब सुरजेवाला जी से मिलने वाले हैं, क्या ये आप उनसे ये बातचीत भी करेंगे?
वही बोलने का है ना सर, उसके लिए जा रहा ना सर।
Okay. What are these things, sir, that you want to discuss seriously?
Sir, regarding this issues, we have to talk now, sir.
Okay.
Not for the development of our constituency, other things, sir. Rather than that, other issues are there. Regarding that, we wanted to talk to him directly, sir. What is there? See, if at all, if you are aiming to get again power in 2028, certain precautions you have to take at this time. This is the right time for you to take some preliminary precautions. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
Otherwise, no, sir. So, certain things we have to.
So, you're saying this is necessary for the Congress to come back in the next term?
200%. 200%. If at all, if you want power, if you want our government to be in power in 2028, sir, it should be a change. There should be a change.
Right, let's just listen in to Iqbal Hussain, saying that there are 100 MLAs who want that change, a change in guard, wanting DK Shivakumar to take charge as the Chief Minister of the state. Let's just also listen in to what Siddaramaiah had to say. Listen in.
ನಾನೊಬ್ಬನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ MLAಗಳು, ಸುಮಾರು 100ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು MLAಗಳೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನೊಬ್ಬನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಶಾಸಕರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಡಳಿತ ಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಅವರು ಶ್ರಮ ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪಕ್ಷ ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವತ್ತು ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ KPCC ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇತ್ತು ಪಕ್ಷ, ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪಕ್ಷ ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬಲವಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಎತ್ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣಕರ್ತರು ಯಾರು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಮನವರಿಕೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಧ್ವನಿಗೂಡಿಸಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದಂಥದ್ದು ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಂತ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸಾಹೇಬರವರು 14ನೇ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಇವ್ರನ್ನೂ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಮುಂದೆ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸಾಹೇಬರವರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
Right, let's just get in my colleague Veera as well as my colleague Aishwarya joining us to get us the very latest on this. Veera, over to you first. Take us through what's on the line if the Congress doesn't resolve the seething issues, from the optics to the ground reality. Take us through it all.
Well, remember, this is not the first time we've heard about it. It's perhaps not the last time you're going to hear about it. There's a lot of noise, but there is no concrete clarity in terms of the road ahead. The Congress has been aware of this situation since the day they won the mandate. In fact, even before the mandate, there were questions about who's going to become Chief Minister. And after the Deputy Chief Minister and DK Shivakumar getting both Deputy Chief Ministership and KPCC President's post was sorted soon after that mandate in 2023, this question has surfaced time and now again. What Congress leaders tell us is that the key questions before the Congress High Command is, one, will they crack the whip on MLAs who are speaking out of turn and ministers speaking out of turn? Because this entire crisis, they believe, has come about because of MLAs speaking out of turn. Will they give out categorical clarity on what's the road ahead? Will there be a transition of power? Or will Siddaramaiah complete his term? And I think that clarity has to come from the Congress leadership. It's going to be very difficult for the Congress leadership to give that clarity at the moment. But what we are told is that there's going to be no change. Status quo remains for the next few months. There will be discussions, and eventually the High Command will take a decision on this way or that. Remember, since the day this government was formed, there has been talk of a 2.5 year power sharing agreement, but the political realities remain the same in terms of MLA support and the most popular face and the caste equations in Karnataka. So it's got to be a delicate balance for the Congress party right now. But immediate question to answer is, will there be stern action against MLAs and ministers speaking out of turn? Because the key focus of the party is to put a lid on this controversy, at least for the next few months, till the party high command takes a final decision.
Right, let's just also get in Aishwarya. Aishwarya, the firefighting in the Karnataka unit of the Congress party, while there is that kind of messaging that's being put out by the Chief Minister, also the Deputy Chief Minister and Mallikarjun Kharge as well, but can they really hold on to this shaky ground is a big question.
Well, sources close to the Congress High Command have told us that this is the kind of situation that the Congress High Command has faced earlier in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan and in Karnataka as well. And Congress High Command was well in control to manage such situations. We have seen those hugs and handshakes of Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot in Rajasthan. In Madhya Pradesh, we saw how Kamal Nath and Digvijay Singh came together after Congress High Command interrupted, and Rahul Gandhi was seen in those pictures. And back in May 2023 as well, when Congress came into the power, there was a stiff competition between DK Shivakumar, who led the entire organization to face those tough elections, and Congress won. Eventually, it was competition between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. Congress High Command at that point of time as well managed to convince DK Shivakumar to hold the post of the Deputy Chief Minister. And at that point in time, the sources indicated that it is a 2.5 years of formula that had been given to DK Shivakumar, and after that there would be a turn of events. Power sharing would be given to DK Shivakumar, who would be appointed as the Chief Minister. And therefore the reason perhaps now voices are being raised amongst the loyalists of DK Shivakumar, the legislators who are close to DK Shivakumar, categorically stating that this is a time for a change. The sources here in Delhi indicating to us that as of now the status quo will remain. There will be talks of possible cabinet reshuffle in the upcoming days. But Randeep Surjewala has been sent with quote-unquote motive to Bengaluru. Randeep Surjewala has been sent to take out intels and speak to just not to the legislators but also to the district presidents of Karnataka as well. And an entire report will be submitted to the Congress High Command, as Mallikarjun Kharge stated in the past that it will be the decision will be left to the Congress High Command, who will take the decision, and there will be few meetings that will be held in national capital as well. But the press conference that is likely to be held shortly with DK Shivakumar and Randeep Surjewala on that particular stage, it would be more things that will get clearer, but it is all of the good governance, message of unity that the Congress High Command want to portray at this point of time.
Aishwarya, yes, it's important to send that message out, but it's becoming tough with the local leaders speaking out of turn. In fact, Congress leaders I've been speaking to are saying that this all started with MLA B.R. Patil, who was considered Siddaramaiah's confidant, speaking out first, and then there was Rajanna, Minister for Cooperation, also a Siddaramaiah confidant, speaking out, and then of course the MLAs loyal to DK Shivakumar speaking out. The numbers, of course, some would argue has been firmly in favor of Siddaramaiah. Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist who's followed this as well, joins us. Shekhar, thanks very much for speaking to us. At the risk of sounding boring, because this question has been asked for the last 2 years, do you believe that there is going to be a transfer of power in Karnataka, or would you believe that the status quo is the only way the Congress can remain rock solid in that state?
Well, I think, the problems of the MLAs are not just about who is the CM. In fact, in the last 2 days, Surjewala's interactions with MLAs have brought out a number of issues that these MLAs have been complaining for a while. One is lack of funds for their constituency development. MLA after MLA who interacted with Surjewala made it very clear, because of, those guarantee schemes or freebies or whatever you call them, there has been an outflow of as much as 60% of the funds have been going for that. So there is very little left for these MLAs to recommend, changes, development. This is becoming a big issue for these MLAs, because this is the way they connect to the electorate. They cannot recommend developmental projects. That is one major issue. And also the lack of response from ministers. You see, a lot of MLAs have complaints against the present lot of ministers. So, as to whether this is all going to lead to a leadership, which is a bigger question, but immediately I can see some kind of a reshuffle in the government, change of portfolios of ministers, and there is a constant complaint about lack of performance by some ministers, whether they belong to DK's group or Siddaramaiah's group.
That's right, Shekhar. You're pointing out two very important issues. There are administrative issues, that's on the one side. There is also, remember, the question of a change in the KPCC president's post, because those like Satish Jarkioli have fired the salvo that 2 posts for DK Shivakumar needs to be revisited. So, multiple permutations and combinations. Do you expect some kind of concrete sort of measures being taken in the next couple of days, at least a cracking of the whip on the MLAs? Or do you believe that the Congress High Command will just let it play out this way, that at least you express your frustration to the party, or publicly will carry the boat, will let the boat sail the way it's going for the moment?
Way I see it, immediately they will try to address the discomfort or the displeasure among the MLAs first, by way of adjusting them in the government, or getting to see that the ministers respond better to them at one level. The other level is, you see, there is a feeling even at the high command level that DK Shivakumar has been contributing a lot for the party. He played a big role in the last elections also, and has been helping the party in other states. So therefore that, it is a time that a call has to be taken. But the high command also knows that if you were to disturb the arrangement with Siddaramaiah, that could lead to a situation where supporters of Siddaramaiah, who are larger in number compared to DK Shivakumar in terms of MLAs, because that was the reason why Siddaramaiah was chosen even in 2 years ago, that could lead to a situation which the Congress High Command would avoid.
Absolutely, and I think there is also the permutation and combination in terms of caste equations, the Ahinda bloc versus having an OBC Vokkaliga face as the chief ministerial candidate there or the chief minister there in Karnataka. That would be a delicate balance for the Congress party to strike. Let's see if there is a dark horse compromise candidate as well in that at the end of the day. But thanks very much, Shekhar. We'll keep a close watch. But for the moment, categorical message from the Congress High Command is that there's absolute unity. Speculation is a figment of journalists' imagination at the moment. Whatever changes have to happen, if they have to happen, will be taken by the High Command in a few months. For the moment, everything's rock solid and firm in Karnataka. That's the message from the Congress High Command. We'll take a very short break, much more up ahead.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profit Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India. It matters to India. It matters to India. And it matters to me. And it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivakumar, only on NDTV 24x7. Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business.
Welcome back. Let's get you the latest from Tamil Nadu, where 5 police officers have been booked for the murder in the custodial death of a temporary temple security guard in Sivaganga district of Tamil Nadu. A 27-year-old temporary guard was taken into custody by the police after a theft complaint was lodged by a 42-year-old devotee. We have Sam Daniel joining us. Sam, take us through the details in this case. 5 people, these are 5 policemen who have been booked after that video revealed shocking details in the case, a claim that was being made by the family of the deceased. And also, Sam, get us details in regard to, the claims that are being made as far as the FIR is concerned, that he had an epilepsy attack. Was that a cover-up that was being used by the policeman?
Divya, the custodial death centers around a complaint given by a woman that this security guard had stolen her gold jewelry placed in a car when she had come to worship at the temple where this man was the security guard. And it was on that basis the police had tried to interrogate him at 2 different locations. In one location, videos show, which we cannot independently verify, that police personnel in civilian dress assaulting this man using a lathi and ultimately the man died. And the police claimed that he suffered epilepsy. He was taken to the hospital, but the hospital declared him to have been brought dead. But the post-mortem report, according to credible sources in the police, confirmed torture. The Tamil Nadu police had initially suspended 5 police personnel, and now after the post-mortem report confirmed torture, they have arrested the 5 police personnel. The SP also has been put under compulsory wait, and the charge of Sivaganga district handed over to the SP of the adjoining Ramanathapuram district. And as we speak now, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court is hearing pleas asking for a CBI probe into this alleged custodial death. And the judges made several strong observations and raised several questions, including why was the man's mortal remains taken to adjoining Madurai district if he died in Tiruppuvanam in Sivaganga district? The investigation, they say, ought to have started or begun there itself. Secondly, why wasn't an FIR registered in the first place over the alleged theft of the gold jewelry? Thirdly, who authorized the special police to take over the investigation? Can they do it themselves, or was there a formal handover of the investigation to the special police? Fourthly, why in the first place police took this man to other locations for interrogation? The court asked them to give a transparent and truthful answer. Is there an attempt to take the man in an area where there was no CCTVs? Secondly, fifthly, the court is also asking why wasn't the post-mortem report given to the magistrate immediately? Would the police do that kind of a delay if the concerned death is of a person and their family? These are tough questions and harsh comments. And end of the day today, we should know whether the courts would order for a CBI probe or what kind of an action would it take. But this has certainly come as a huge embarrassment to the Tamil Nadu police. But in a long statement, the police, giving the sequence of events, denied there was any cover-up at all by the Tamil Nadu police. Soon after the allegations came up, police point out that the 5 police personnel were immediately suspended. And following investigation, following the post-mortem, they have now arrested the 5 police personnel, besides keeping the SP of the district under compulsory wait. And they deny the allegations that there was any cover-up at all. But for the ruling DMK, this has certainly come as a huge embarrassment, particularly they had gone to town during the earlier AIADMK regime when a father and son were killed in police custody in southern Tamil Nadu under the earlier AIADMK regime. And this has also given a fodder for the opposition now to target the ruling DMK. Speaking to reporters at the DMK headquarters, M.K. Stalin, the chief minister, denied that there was any cover-up, and he listed how swift action in this case was taken, first in the form of suspension, and secondly, arresting these 5 police personnel and keeping the SP under suspension. Several tough questions, certainly, but all eyes would now be on what the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court would have to say on this.
Right. Thank you so much, Sam, for getting us all the details of the tough questions that have been asked of the ruling government. We have breaking news coming in regard to the governing body that held its first meeting since the gang rape that took place in the Kolkata Law College. Now, the kind of measures that are being taken at this particular time is that the services of the main accused have now been terminated. Also, 2 other students have been rusticated from the college. A new security agency is going to be taking charge as the, being in charge of the security of the Law College in Kolkata. The Law College has now rusticated 2 students, Pratim Mukherjee and Zaid Ahmed. This was the first meeting of the governing body of the South Calcutta Law College since the gang rape. And new measures have been taken. 2 of those students, like we mentioned, have been rusticated, and show cause notice has been sent to the security agency. A new security agency has now been roped in for the security as far as the law college in Kolkata is concerned. So the college there terminating the services of the main accused. You remember the main accused is said to have links with the TMC, something that is being denied by the TMC. But there is a student in the college who has spoken with NDTV confirming the links of the main accused in the case and the TMC. Of course, the opposition really, coming down heavily as far as the ruling government is concerned, asking questions, particularly in regard to a woman is running the state. She is the chief minister, but there seems to be more and more ghastly cases coming to light. We have Saurabh Gupta joining us. Saurabh, get us all the details of the kind of action that's now being taken post this first meeting of the governing body of the South Calcutta Law College.
That's right. Obviously, this has thrown a cloud of questions over the security apparatus in the college and the backing that perhaps this accused had. So obviously the college administration now stepping in, but many are also questioning whether it's too little too late, given the fact that how did these accused, especially Manojit Mishra, have access to the college? What was the backing that he had? And obviously now with this action, the college also rusticating two of these, accused. It's obviously action following the police action and the incident, but this comes close on the heels of the arrest of these two accused. So this is something that perhaps would have anyways had to have happened, but it's now been formalized with the college governing body. Now, this has also led, to a political war of words between the Trinamool and the BJP. And this is, of course, one more question that's repeatedly come up in this case is the lessons learnt on security. Now, after the Arjikar case, there was, of course, this whole exercise in medical colleges to improve the security. The Calcutta, the Supreme Court itself had mandated this whole process of security, but that was perhaps limited to medical colleges. Now you've had an incident in a law college, and how are people who shouldn't have access? Of course, these two accused who've been rusticated are people who can possibly have access, but the other one, the main accused, Manojit Mishra, his access to the college and, the lack of any sort of scrutiny before letting him enter, despite several complaints, despite him being a repeat offender, despite people having complained to the police in the past, how did he enter the college? And a college finally, administration waking up and taking some action with that governing body of the college, now also acting against these two accused who have now been rusticated. And obviously there are other decisions also that have been taken by the college governing body, including that show cause to the security agency, because remember, the security guard also has been arrested by the police in this case, and this was because of his lack of action or act of omission by not reporting the matter.
Right, Saurabh, this really comes at a time when the accused in the Kolkata campus horror case, we're talking about Mango Mishra, he's going to be produced in court, and that's expected minutes from now. Very, very shortly is he going to be produced in court, and this is basically the police there wanting an extension of his custody.
That's right. The police will seek his custody for more time, given the fact that a lot of the investigation needs to be completed, and the police have more time to seek from the court, and which they will exercise as part of the legal process. They will have to confront the accused with each other. They will have to, perhaps look at, recreating the the sequence of events. All of those things which are part of an investigation, a criminal investigation, will have to take place. And therefore, the Kolkata police, which has really been really on its toes as far as this investigation is concerned, will seek more time and also perhaps update the court on the progress of the investigation, which is something that all eyes are on, given the fact that this has happened in a law college, an educational institute, where a student, of course, has undergone this terrible experience, this horrific experience of the sexual assault. So obviously this is going to be something that the police are taking very seriously as well as they investigate, and they will seek more time in custody for the accused.
Right, and Saurabh, like you mentioned, it is, of course, the opposition, particularly the BJP, pointing the links of the main accused to the TMC and saying that the government is trying to shield the accused, something that Mamata Banerjee and her government has denied the charges. Let's also get you what the students in the college, the law college in Kolkata, had to say about Mango Mishra, the repeat offender. Let's listen in.
सब स्टूडेंट्स उनको बहुत फियर करते थे एक इंटिमिडेशन का एटमॉस्फेयर क्रिएट हो गया था कैंपस में, बिकॉज he used to click photos of the female students, morph them, and circulate them on WhatsApp groups. And then he also used to sexually harass the female students, intimidate them, and इतना intimidation था कि मतलब students लोग क्लासेस अटेंड करना ही मतलब डर रहे थे क्लासेस अटेंड करने से. And there have been several complaints about him throughout Kolkata. Like in 2019, he sexually harassed a woman in college, tore her clothes. In 2024, he beat up a security guard and vandalized college property. And then in 2019 again, he was involved in some kind of theft. So throughout Kolkata, there have been several FIRs filed against him. But nobody took any action because of his political influence. He was so politically safeguarded by the Trinamool Congress that nobody dared to touch him.
अच्छा, ये बताइए कि क्या कॉलेज में ऐसी और भी लड़कियां थीं जिनके साथ इसने जो है गलत काम किया या उनको परेशान किया, उनको हरेस किया, उनको स्टॉक कर रहा था? ऐसी भी कई सारी क्या कंप्लेंट्स थी? क्या और लड़कियां थीं या कुछ ऐसी लड़कियां भी रहीं जिन्होंने शिकायतें नहीं की, कंप्लेन नहीं किया?
There have been many girls like that. उनका काम ही था कि स्टॉक करना है लड़कियों को, हरास करना है लड़कियों को. I don't think there was literally any girl that wasn't harassed by him. मतलब बहुत complaints थे उनके regarding. Even कि his own parents disowned him because of these complaints. उनके पिताजी एक priest है कालिका टेम्पल में, तो वो लोग 5-6 years से उनको disown करके रखे हैं. So there have been many complaints by women like at that college and also out of the college as well.
Let's get you the latest as far as Shefali Zariwala's case is concerned. Do remember the post-mortem report isn't out yet. Why hasn't it been made public, even though the post-mortem was conducted and it's been days since that report has been with the authorities? What is taking them so much time in order to make it known to the public? What is known so far as the case is concerned, that the reality TV star had been fasting as part of a religious ritual and had probably taken medicines on an empty stomach. A friend of Shefali has confirmed that she had taken vitamin C through IV, and this was on the day of her death. That might have perhaps led to her death. From speculations doing the round includes the fact that perhaps her BP might have fallen. These are just initial preliminary reports that are being suggested. She did collapse at her residence, and this took place on the 27th of June. Anti-aging medication and skin lightening medication was found at her residence. She was just 42 years of age. The police have said that she had been on that fast and she had taken medicines on an empty stomach, something that her friends have also gone on to confirm.
नाही बघा, या बाबतीत मी पहिल्या दिवशी सांगितलं होतं की फाऊल प्ले जर का कोणी तक्रार केलेली असेल, असं कोणी पुढे आलेलं असेल, त्या बाबतीत त्या दृष्टीने चौकशी करण्यात येईल. ही ज्यावेळेला घटना घडते त्यावेळेस पीएमच्या रिपोर्टवरती आपण डिपेंड असतो. जर का पीएमचे रिपोर्ट जर का क्लिअर जर का आले, रिपोर्ट आता हातामध्ये येऊ द्या, ते जर का क्लिअर असतील तर कुठेही फाऊल प्लेचा जर का चान्स नसेल तर कुठे प्रश्न उद्भवत नाही. कुठे जरी आम्हाला नक्कीच पीएमच्या रिपोर्टवर जर का शंका वाटली, नक्कीच त्या दृष्टीने आमचं इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन चालेल आणि त्यासाठी योग्य ती कारवाई होईल.
बहुत सारी स्टोरीज ऐसे चलती हैं कि आपने और राधिका ने शेफाली को स्पॉट कैसे किया था. सो आई जस्ट वांट यू टू सेट द रिकॉर्ड स्ट्रेट ऑफ what is the memory of when you first saw Shefali, and what did it strike about you that you felt ki this could be your next star of the next music video?
No, that is what Radhika and I were planning an album called DJ Doll. And we were looking around for a person who's of that particular age, where you can be a doll like innocence in character, innocence in human feelings, human relations and all that, because the casting is not about how you look, casting is all about the touch and feel also, and the emotions you carry at that particular time in your eyes and in your behavior and all that, And what had happened now on Saturday night, which is Offer Destiny's play, I think that day in the afternoon we were spotting of the Shefali was also like a play of destiny, because Radhika and I were driving on the linking road Bandra and of Mumbai, and like as you say, we were looking out for the girl who was with the doll, and here passes a scooter next to her car, and you have this elderly lady and a girl hugging to her, and so complexion like almost like a Snow White, and all innocence, and Radhika and I just looked at her and we says, I know, how can somebody we have been looking around for so long be just coming just parallel to us on a drive while we are driving, and we stopped on the next signal, and we hailed her and we stopped at mother and daughter duo, and then we asked her, and then she said she's studying engineering in Bhavan's College in Bandra, in Andheri. And we said, okay, so if you are interested, then to come for auditions to the office. And we left her number and we left.
Let's just cut across to Randeep Surjewala, who is in Bengaluru. Let's listen in to what he is.
ಮುಲ್ಗೊಂದು ಮತ್ತು ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಹೋಗಿರೋರು ಅವರು ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಇರಲಿ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾಯ್ಡು ಬನ್ನಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ನಡೀರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಯಾಕೆ ನಡೀರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ
ಆಫೀಸ್ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಿತ್ರರಿಗೆ ಇಂದಿನ ಈ ಪತ್ರಿಕಾಗೋಷ್ಠಿಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಈ ಪತ್ರಿಕಾಗೋಷ್ಠಿಯನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಎಐಸಿಸಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಉಸ್ತುವಾರಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ ಸದಸ್ಯರಾದ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ರಣಜಿತ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸುರ್ಜೇವಾಲಾ ಅವರು ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಸುದ್ದಿಗೋಷ್ಠಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಕೆಪಿಸಿಸಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ ಸದಸ್ಯರಾದಂತಹ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಜಿಸಿ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಅವರು ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಎಐಸಿಸಿ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉಸ್ತುವಾರಿಗಳಾದಂಥ ಅಭಿಷೇಕ್ ದತ್ತಾರವರು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಯಕರು ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ BL ಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಸುರ್ಜೇವಾಲಾ ಸಾಹೇಬರು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಈಗ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ Surjewala ji to address the press meet.
Thank you, Raghu ji. I take this opportunity to welcome all the friends of the media. We have spoken at the airport yesterday, then we have again spoken at the hotel, then we again spoke in the morning as you desired at the PCC, and we again spoke before we left. But I thought that your queries were not over, which is fair. I am answerable to you. Every Congress person is answerable to our friends of the media, unlike the BJP. So we thought we will do a regular press conference so that friends don't have to chase us. Why? You have a right to question us anytime. I'm here with two important subjects. I will raise them one by one and then we take questions. बीजेपी का नाम अब बदल कर भारतीय जेब काटो पार्टी रख देना चाहिए. The manner and fashion in which Modi government and the BJP are attacking the pockets of the common person is unprecedented, cruel, unheard of and unacceptable. From toll roads to rails, from gas cylinder to everyday use items like vegetables and pulses. BJP is road rolling India's common people. Today is 1st of July, and on the 1st of July, including on the people of Karnataka, BJP has imposed an extremely heavy burden by increasing rail fares by 700 crores annually. And it's a double whammy for Karnataka. For in addition to the 1st April toll hike, BJP has today given a second gift of Mehengai to people of Karnataka by raising toll rates of the Bangalore Elevated Tollway Limited, effective 1st July 2025. I will like to place these facts before the people through you. The BJP government in India promised bullet trains, but gave us derailment, burning coaches, broken hopes and unprecedented inflation. While the rail tracks lie in despair and passengers hang on to life and die in Thane, Maharashtra, as we saw recently in BJP ruled Maharashtra, they are silently, surreptitiously, secretly and gradually hiking tolls and rail fares and squeezing every paisa from commuters of road and rail, the two means of transport for ordinary people in India. And as if toll charges and rail hike was not enough, they are increasing the prices of LPG gas cylinder, vegetable and pulses to a level where it is difficult for ordinary common people, salaried class, middle class, poor people, members of the SC, ST, OBC, minority and general category poor to make both ends meet. I think there will be a time when we will have to provide Z plus security for gas cylinder, for pulses and for other essential commodities. It's not very far. This is not governance, Prime Minister Modi. This is highway robbery. Robbery on rail tracks and robbery on roads. Openly from pockets of people. And on top of it, rail accidents, despair and repair, no repair of rail tracks have made it a jumla of Mehengai, but a reality for common man. So the only thing BJP and Modi government has given us, and Karnataka BJP will of course remain to choose mum, is price hikes. So these three facets I want to place before you today, one by one, very briefly. अच्छे दिन derail हो गए. The journey from Vikas to Vinash continues, and the nightmare for middle class and poor and salaried class, it continues unabatedly. If you look at the passenger numbers, you will find it shocking. Then you will realize what is the impact. I took out the data from 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025 of the number of passengers who travelled by rail, by trains, by railway. The number is 715 crores. 715 crore journeys were made through railways from 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025. In the year 2023-24, I tried to take out some data for South Western Railway, where Karnataka comes. A total of 2.48 crore passengers or 248 lakh passengers travelled, out of which 109 crore were reserved and 109 lakh were reserved and 138 lakh travelled otherwise. So starting today, BJP has hit passengers with a nationwide fare hike for middle level and long distance travel. And this is not an ordinary hike as BJP will make you believe.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I'm bringing that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti, also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
India's IT capital is always bustling, a city full of startups, stories and surprises. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
The last 1 month, if you see, the share prices of Gensol Engineering has fallen more than 58%.
Why are the rating firms calling the debt payments as default?
We have two credible credit rating agencies on March 4th coming and downgrading the stock to D.
Statements are consistently being proven wrong,
right,
and transactions are being taken place which are different from what they were originally pictured to be.
The company claimed it would roll out 6,400 electric vehicles. But what it has rolled out is a shocking scam. Funds meant for the project were funneled allegedly back to the promoters, the Junkie brothers. What did the money buy? Not EVs, of course, but a lavish flat in Gurgaon's luxurious DLF Carmelias.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India. It matters to India. And it matters to me. And it matters to me.
Very good afternoon. You're watching NDTV 24x7. I'm Divya Vadva. We have a whole lot lined up for you, including the Tamil Nadu custodial death in which a brutal assault has been captured on camera. 5 policemen have been taken into custody. And it's Randeep Surjewala who is in Bengaluru firefighting the issues and hitting out at the BJP in regard to the price hike as far as railway as well as road toll pricing is concerned. Let's get to the headlines. Congress sources, this is in regard to the custodial death of the security guard in Tamil Nadu. 5 policemen have been booked in the case. This was a 27-year-old temporary guard who died in police custody. And a show of strength as far as Congress party in the state of Karnataka is concerned. And Randeep Surjewala there firefighting, meeting with MLAs, holding one-on-one meetings and now hitting out at the BJP in regard to the hike in rail prices as well as toll prices as far as roads are concerned. And Karnataka MLA's big claim that 100 leaders are backing and supporting that Mr Shivakumar takes charge as the Chief Minister of the state. But this is something that is being refuted by Priyanka Kharge there, Priyank Kharge there, saying that there's no talk as far as the Chief Minister's change is concerned. But Iqbal Hussain saying that there are hundreds of MLAs who want that change. And the Kolkata horror fallout, college has now gone ahead and terminated the services of the prime accused in the case, and 2 accused students have been rusticated. A new security agency has been roped in order to manage the college. And this is in regard to the Kolkata rape case that took place on the campus of the law college. While there is a student who has spoken out and said that the main accused in the case, Mango Mishra, has been getting the backing of the TMC. That is the allegation that is being made, something that the opposition has been saying. But TMC, the government of Mamata Banerjee, completely denying any sort of links with that repeat offender. Very good afternoon. Let's get you the latest, and this is in regard to the infighting that's taking place in Karnataka, and the troubleshooter there in Bengaluru is Randeep Surjewala. Let's listen in.
Car tolls at the Electronic City flyover has gone up from rupees 60 to rupees 65, an 8.33% hike. While we pronounce it as While at Attipele Toll Plaza, the rate has gone up from 35 to 40, a 14.29% increase. The monthly pass for cars at Electronic City has been raised from rupees 1795 to rupees 1885, almost 100 rupees. And at Attipele from 1080 rupees to 1130 rupees, a steep hike of 90 rupees and 50 rupees respectively. BETL, Bangalore Elevated Tollway Limited, as we all know, is a company that works under NHAI. But the BJP state president and their leader of opposition will not answer, much less tell the Prime Minister Modi to withdraw the toll hike and spare people of Karnataka from this toll hike. And this is not all. On 16th of April, so as I said, between 1st April to 1st July, अच्छे दिन derail हो गए. 1st April toll hike of 10%, 16th April LPG cylinder hike. And now it is 855 rupees 90 paisa or whatever, 50 paisa. So it's almost 856 rupees. We left it at 400 rupees, it is now 856 almost. So 16th April LPG hike, and now rail fare hike and toll hike again. This is what we need to, this is what we all have to pay. Forget about the petroleum and diesel hike that have happened. I'm sending you the data, I won't bother you with it. So all that I want to say is this, and on top of it, railways have withdrawn most of the facilities that were for concessional or free. For example, for senior citizens, all the concessions have been withdrawn. Even for a blanket and for a sheet, now extra charge is being taken by railway, which used to be for free. Now they take extra charge. So all this is burdening the people of Karnataka in India. That's why I said their name should be changed. BJP should now stand for Bharatiya Jeb Kato Party. That's what they are doing. So that is one thing, and we demand that the Prime Minister of India and the Railway Minister first concentrate on rail track upgradation, on electrification of rail tracks, on railway security, on railway safety. Ensure that trains don't get derailed and incidents like Thane in Maharashtra do not happen. Please ensure that. So that's one part. There is a second part. Okay, our PCC president is also here. So we demand that Prime Minister of India and the Bharatiya Janata Party, they immediately withdraw the rail fare hike, by which ordinary people have now been burdened. There is a second part that I wanted to speak to you about. Since you have been curious, that's by way of clarifications from many of my friends who have been asking, what is the exercise that you are doing? Why are you meeting MLAs? These are some of the questions that were asked downstairs, so I told you, I will reframe your questions, say and then answer them together. Why are you meeting MLAs? What are you talking to them? What is the agenda you are giving them? What is the agenda you are taking from them? What is the opinion you are taking from them? Why are you meeting them? Why are you meeting them in PCC? Who are you call? For how many days you are going to meet? These were some of the questions that were put. So I thought I'll answer them together. Fair enough, we are obliged to answer. I have met over 2 days and tomorrow again I will meet. So I think between yesterday, today and tomorrow we would have met all Congress MLAs of both the Mysuru and Bangalore division, rural and of course the city. Next 3 days starting Monday I am going to meet the remaining MLAs. We have given a schedule, AICC secretaries, our working president Mr. GC Chandrasekhar is here. They are informing, we have given them a schedule. So in next 6, 7, 8 days I would have met everybody. We are also meeting our MPs and MP candidates. After that we will start meeting our MLCs and other district Congress committee presidents, etc. So it's a continuous process. In between also, if some friends come, like I said, after this PC I'll meet everybody who's here. We are trying to understand from our MLAs what work have they done over last 2 years in their respective constituencies. It is important to review their performance. After I finish with everybody, then we will call our ministers also to understand what have they done. First, MLAs. If I am an MLA, I am obliged to ensure that my accountability to people, the election promises of the Congress party are fulfilled in my constituency. So I am asking the MLAs to give their report card. What have you done? Number 2, we are also asking our MLAs, what is the status of your block Congress committee, assembly Congress committee, assembly Congress presidents, and whether in their opinion or any organizational changes are required or how they are functioning. And how MLA is cooperating with the party. What is the status of party meetings? How many meetings have they held? Etc. etc. We are also asking them what, if any, difficulties or aspirations that he has or she has. Every MLA has some aspiration. Every MLA has some more works to be done for the constituency. Government has its limitations. I may ask him for 20 things, he may be able to execute 5. So they have to tell their aspirations. So they are expressing their aspirations, which is fine. We will convey it to government. Whatever best can be done in order of priority, we will get it executed. We are also trying to ask them what is the status of our frontal organizations. Understand from them. How's Youth Congress doing? How's NSUI doing? How's Mahila Congress doing? How's Seva Dal doing? We called the frontal chiefs also. How's my SC department doing? How's my OBC department doing? How's my ST department, minorities department, Kisan Congress, how are they functioning? And what changes, if they feel any, are required, so that we can discuss that with the organization. And most importantly, we are asking them about Congress guarantees in their respective assembly constituencies, how they are performing, how many people are getting benefited, how has it changed people's lives, how should we improve it further, What suggestion for guarantees can we give to the government to make it even more transparent, accountable and better? So these are some of the things that we have been discussing. It's generally an understanding of what's happening in a respective assembly constituency represented by a Congress MLA. It's a job that organization should continuously do. Organization elects MLAs. Organization elects governments. Governments finally belong to the organization and finally to the people of the state. Whether they have voted for us or didn't vote for us, irrespective of that, we have to work for everybody. These are some of the issues that are being currently deliberated. The focus being on the Congress government guarantees and their functionality in a particular assembly constituency. So this is to answer some of your questions.
Can I ask you?
Some of you also asked me one more question. Are you taking opinion on leadership change? The answer I had given yesterday also, I am answering again today. The answer is clearly no, in one word. You also asked me whether you are asking whether DCC should be changed. Some friend was asking me down below. I said yes. I am going to ask the opinion of the MLA. How is District Congress Committee functioning? Are they helping in translation of Congress guarantees and Congress government programs? Are they cooperating in government programs? If they are not, we will consider a change. If they are okay, no problem. We will ask PCC President, we will ask other office bearer. I am also asking Mr Shivakumar has appointed 111 office bearer to a constituency. Whether they come to the constituency or not, or whether they have taken my post and they are sitting at home. Who are not sitting at home, we will have to replace them. So it's a review of the principal main body organization also. So it will give us an idea. And how should we make our policies more responsive to people? That's the crux of the matter. So that is what we are considering.
Sir, are these issues which are raised by some of your MLAs time and again? Are these loose talks? Are there too much democracy in your party? Time and again they are coming and saying, making statements saying that leadership change. First, second one is when you are saying you are taking the track report. Other side they says we don't have funds. We don't have nothing to bring it to the people.
I am, my friend, you asked two questions. A, what we deliberate within the party should remain within the party. I have advised our MLAs also, if they have a problem, instead of an issue or raising a non-issue, I have a difference of opinion with Abhishek Dutt. I try to settle my scores with him. Don't try and settle your scores. Raise it with head of the family. In the party, head of the family is PCC President. In the government, head of the family is Chief Minister, Mr Siddaramaiah. They can go to our Deputy Chief Minister, who is also PCC President. I have advised them. Number two, I want to again reiterate, my Chief Minister has said, my Deputy Chief Minister has said, there are more than sufficient funds available for development in Karnataka with the government. This is a bogey being raised by BJP for they want the government guarantees to be shut down. I take it to reiterate, BJP is against the 5 guarantees of the Congress party from R. Ashok to Vijendra. All have gone publicly on record that they want Congress government guarantees to be stopped. Mr. Vijendra, Mr. R. Ashok, come forward and dare to say that you don't want women to get 2,000 rupees. You don't want women to get free travel. You don't want people to get Anbhagya 10 kgs of rice. You don't want people to get free current and electricity of 200 units that we give to 1 crore 66 lakh people. For there are 2 models in this country. One is the BJP model, the Adani model of BJP. One is the public welfare model of the Congress. BJP continues to raise this bogey, for they want that this 58,000
There's no leadership change is what Randeep Surjewala there reiterating what he said yesterday on day one of his visit to Bengaluru in order to iron out the differences as far as the party is concerned. Yesterday he said it was a figment of people's imagination. Today again he's gone on to say that there's no leadership change. He has spoken about questions being asked as far as the deliberations within the party is concerned. He says that's something that should remain within the party, while hitting out at the BJP for the rise in prices, whether it comes to the hike that one is seeing as far as railways are concerned, and also the toll prices as far as roads are concerned, and is asking for the government, basically asking for the central government to withdraw the increase as far as railway pricing is concerned, and that hike should be withdrawn is something Randeep Surjewala has spoken of, and the focus really should be on security as far as railways is concerned instead of derailment. So Randeep Surjewala really hitting out at the BJP, saying that they're burdening people of Karnataka, and saying that BJP stands for Bharatiya Jeb Kato Party instead. And while BJP is the one that's rolling India's common people, really talking about how the common man is being affected, and that Modi government is affecting the pockets of the poor man, and that is something that Randeep Surjewala has spoken of while he is in Bengaluru to firefight the issues within the party. And this really comes at a time when Iqbal Hussain of the party has gone on to say that there are 100 MLAs who really want a change in guard, want DK Shivakumar to come in instead as the chief minister as opposed to being the deputy chief minister of the state. But of course, that united front that is being put up by DK Shivakumar. And this really comes at a time when my colleague Deepak did speak with Iqbal Hussain, who made the claims that there are 100 MLAs who have united, who are demanding and are echoing sentiments of a change of guard, something that is, the murmurs and speculation that's been doing the rounds forever now, but something that's being refuted not just by DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, but also by Mallikarjun Kharge. But let's listen in to what Iqbal Hussain had to say.
इकबाल जी नमस्कार, मैं दीपक बोल रहा हूँ एनडीटीवी से।
बोलिए साहब दीपक जी।
आपका एक ऑफिशियल रिएक्शन चाहिए था मुझे। ये जो आप स्टेटमेंट्स कर रहे हैं बार बार कि इस टर्म में ही डीके शिवकुमार को चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना है क्योंकि उन्होंने बहुत काम किया है केपीसीसी के लिए, ये आप आज भी आपने कहा है, आज आप जब सुरजेवाला जी से मिलने वाले हैं, क्या ये आप उनसे ये बातचीत भी करेंगे?
वही बोलने का है ना सर, उसके लिए जा रहा ना सर।
Okay. What are these things, sir, that you want to discuss seriously?
Sir, regarding this issues, we have to talk now, sir.
Okay. So
not for the development of our constituency, other things, sir. Other than that, other issues are there. Regarding that, we wanted to talk to him directly, sir. What is there? See, if at all, if you are aiming to get again power in 2028, certain precautions you have to take at this time. This is the right time for you to take some preliminary precautions. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
Otherwise, no, sir. So certain things we have to.
So you're saying this is necessary for the Congress to come back in the next term?
200%. 200%. If at all, if you want power, if you want our government to be in power in 2028, sir, it should be a change. There should be a change.
And we have my colleague Vasant joining us to get us the very latest. Vasant, of course, Randeep Surjewala reiterating what he said just yesterday, saying that this is something that people are imagining. It's people's figment of imagination. And today, again, he's gone on to say that there's going to be no change in guard. And that is the united front with DK Shivakumar sitting by his side and, making those, really reaffirming the stand that the Congress party is taking, at least for now.
Absolutely, Divya. Karnataka is extremely important for the Congress party politically because it's also a prototype of a state where the Congress really talks about its model of governance when it comes to implementation of guarantees or, for that matter, even caste survey, which is why Randeep Surjewala, the General Secretary and also the person in charge of Karnataka, has made it very clear that there's going to be no change in guard when it comes to Karnataka. Siddaramaiah is going to continue as the Chief Minister, which means that DK Shivakumar is not going to become the Chief Minister. He's going to continue as the Deputy Chief Minister. Minister. Now, all of this is coming even as Randeep Surjewala has already met a couple of legislators. He's all set to meet more MLAs in coming days. In fact, it's a 3-day visit. He will also be meeting former district presidents, present district presidents. He's going to talk to former and present office bearers and get an idea of what is going wrong, what is going right with respect to governance. The High Command has made it very clear that the priority is only governance, because this is one state, the only state that the Congress party has in the country apart from Himachal Pradesh and Telangana. Well, of course, the point of contention is also a possible cabinet reshuffle, something that Siddaramaiah wants, something that's likely, but something that is also possible in the coming days. We are also speculating that there's also speculation that there could be changes in the organization as well. Remember that all of this controversy broke out with supporters of both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar talking about their own people making it to the Chief Minister's place, with DK Shivakumar supporters including Iqbal Hussain pitching for him as the Chief Minister, and Siddaramaiah supporters including B.R. Patil and others including K.N. Rajan are talking about organizational changes. Remember that DK Shivakumar has been the KPCC president for 5 years, so there are changes expected that there as well. But Randeep Surjewala making it clear that the High Command is looking at this picture very carefully. It does not want any changes with respect to Karnataka. DK Shivakumar remains a Deputy Chief Minister. Siddaramaiah, the mass leader, somebody who represents the Ahinda base, somebody who has a mass following in the state, will continue to be the Chief Minister. And this shows that the Congress leadership is looking at Karnataka politics very closely and is looking at giving a certain sense of direction to the way its politics is going on in the state.
Right, Vasa, stay with us for our next story, and that is coming out of Tamil Nadu, and a very shocking incident that's come to light of that temporary security guard at a temple who died in the custody of the police. Now, there's a video that has surfaced, Vasudha, which shows the kind of brutality that 27-year-old man was subjected to. The 5 people involved in this case, the policemen have been booked, have been arrested. This is a claim that was being made by the family that he was tortured to death, and the video there corroborating, the kind of evidence that was needed in the case. Vasudha, take us through the details.
Well, absolutely shocking incident, Divya. What we understand is that a 27-year-old security guard of a temple, Ajit Kumar, was allegedly beaten up in custody, in police custody. This happened in Thirupavanam in Shivaganga district, and he died there. He was just 27 years old, and this is, according to the opposition, according to the numbers that NCRB has given, this is almost the 24th custodial death that's happening under the DMK regime in the last many years. Now, custodial deaths have happened in Tamil Nadu in the past as well. The custodial deaths became a big controversy during EPS's time, but now the opposition is extremely aggressive. Edappadi Palanisamy, who is the General Secretary of the AIDMK, has asked for a CBI probe into this incident. The opposition has also asked for on what really happened. Why was the body sent to a private hospital? Why was the man immediately taken to a hospital? Was there a delay in the postmortem? All of these questions have been raised by the but Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, Tamil Nadu, has come out and he has said that strictest action will be taken against all the accused, and that police have been given autonomy in the state, but their job is to preserve justice in the state. 6 officials have been suspended, 5 of them have been arrested, but clearly this is an unfortunate incident, requires a major investigation. TVK's Vijay has also, who's emerged as one of those important political players in the state, he has also asked for a High Court monitored probe. We'll have to wait and see what happens in this case.
Right, Vasudha, thank you so much for getting us all the details. With that, we're slipping into a short break. Back with a whole lot more on the other side. Do stay with us.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading smartphone brand.
In the Tamil Nadu custodial death, now 5 policemen have been booked for the of the 27-year-old temporary security guard who was taken to custody by the police. He died in the police custody. A video has now completely gone viral of the brutality that he faced. Congress sources to NDTV have gone on to say that there will be no change of guard likely for the next few months. The party high command to take that final decision, and that is something that's been reiterated in that press conference that was held by Randeep Singh Surjewala. Congress rules out change of guard in Karnataka. Congress goes public and denies any sort of cracks. There's no change in the chief ministerialship, but also has gone on to attack BJP for its price rise in state. In the latest, as far as the Telangana factory fire is concerned, the death toll has gone up to 35. Revant Reddy, they're taking stock of the situation, has announced a compensation of 1 lakh rupees to the victims of, to the families of the victims and 50,000 to those who have been injured.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools and lead with impact. Starts July 13th. Enroll now and power your business with sustainability.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
Welcome back. Let's get you the latest when it comes to the rape case, the gang rape case in Kolkata. Now, action has been taken by the governing body of the college. This is the first meeting that took place, and action has been taken against the main accused. Now, the main accused has been suspended of all his services, and also 2 other students have now been rusticated. We're talking about Pratim Mukherjee and Zaid Ahmed, who have been rusticated from that college. This is the kind of action that is being taken, and a new security agency has been roped in order to provide the guards inside the college gates, and this is after the security agency has been issued a show cause notice in the case. Meanwhile, the accused will be produced before the magisterial court today, and this is because the police are now seeking an extension of his custody and opposing that bail for the main accused. To know more on this, we have my colleague Shreyashi joining us. Shreyashi, what time is that custodial? As far as the custody of the main accused in the case is concerned, the police are, demanding more time as far as the custody of Mango Mishra is concerned.
Well, the action that is coming from the college authorities, governing body which is headed by a Trinamool Congress MLA, is the basic that is required, considering how grievous the crime is that was committed within the campus by two students and a temporary staff who was a student of that college, Monojit Mishra. Now today, of course, the police will be seeking an extension in the police remand. This after the 4-day custody ends today. The police have interrogated all the 3 accused face to face. They have seized a lot of forensic evidences from the location, as well as the call data record and the CCTV visuals. The Commissioner of Police has said that a lot of forensic reports have been prepared. The medical examination has been done. A short while from now, the 3 accused are going to be brought at the Kolkata police lockup will be presented before the magistrate. Of course, yesterday we reported the criminal history that Monojit Mishra has, around 5 cases previously, which the police will also present. So far during interrogation, Monojit Mishra has declined from committing that crime. He said that it was consensual. But of course, the video of that heinous crime, as the complainant had stated in her letter to the police, has been found on the device. On the devices, 2 devices. One of it belongs to Monojit Mishra. But of course, the governing body now rusticating both the students and terminating the service of Monojit Mishra from that college, which remains closed now as it is the crime scene. But of today, all eyes on what magistrate says, where they are given extension in the police remand or whether they'll get custody, because Monojit Mishra and the 2 other accused will be trying to bail from this court. But given the serious and the severity of this crime, the public prosecutor is going to be arguing against that, and we are going to get you all the details from that hearing. Short while from now, after they are produced for their medical examination, they will be brought into the lockup, and then the hearing will begin at this magisterial court. 4 days police remand of the 3 accused in this heinous gang rape in Kolkata's law campus will be heard today.
Shri, thank you so much for giving us those details. And of course, let's just also get you what the college students have to say about this repeat offender who had multiple cases against him. One particular student has spoken with my colleague Mukesh. Let's listen in.
So वो बहुत fear करते थे. एक intimidation का atmosphere create हो गया था campus में, because he used to click photos of the female students, morph them and circulate them on WhatsApp groups. And then he also used to sexually harass the female students, intimidate them, and इतना intimidation था कि मतलब students लोग classes attend करना ही मतलब डर रहे थे classes attend करने से. And there have been several complaints about him throughout Kolkata. Like in 2019, he sexually harassed a woman in college, tore her clothes. In 2024, he beat up a security guard and vandalized college property. And then in 2019, again, he was involved in some kind of theft. So throughout Kolkata, there have been several FIRs filed against him. But nobody took any action because of his political influence. He was so politically safeguarded by the Trinamool Congress that nobody dared to touch him.
अच्छा, ये बताइए कि क्या कॉलेज में ऐसी और भी लड़कियां थीं जिनके साथ इसने जो है गलत काम किया या उनको परेशान किया, उनको हरेस किया, उनको स्टॉक कर रहा था? ऐसी भी कई सारी क्या कंप्लेंट्स थी? क्या और लड़कियां थीं या कुछ ऐसी लड़कियां भी रहीं जिन्होंने शिकायतें नहीं की, कंप्लेन नहीं किया?
There have been many girls like that. उनका काम ही था कि स्टॉक करना है लड़कियों को, हरास करना है लड़कियों को. I don't think there was literally any girl that wasn't harassed by him. मतलब बहुत complaints थे उनके regarding. Even कि his own parents disowned him because of these complaints. उनके पिताजी एक priest है कालीघाट टेम्पल में, तो वो लोग 5-6 years से उनको disown करके रखे हैं. So there have been many complaints by women like at that college and also out of the college as well.
Let's get you the latest as far as Telangana factory fire is concerned. The death toll has increased to 35, and it's the Chief Minister of the state, Revanth Reddy, who reached Sangareddy in order to take stock of the situation. He's met with the families of the victims. He's also announced compensation to the tune of 1 lakh rupees for the victims and 50,000 for those who have been injured. He's gone on to say that this is not a compensation but assistance to the family at this hour of need. Let's just listen in to what Revanth Reddy had to say.
Definitely we will see whatever concerns are there, whatever lapses are there, whatever regulation has to be implemented. We will examine everything. We will take a serious view on those incidents. And at the same time, I have told my people to give 1 lakh for deceased family, death family and injured family, 50,000 for immediate expenditure. Next few days, they cannot go for work or they cannot do anything. That is why I have told my people to give contingency fund from collector to these deceased families 1 lakh and 50,000. And at the same time, I have told my people 1 crore rupees for death families, 10 lakhs rupees major that accident and limited whatever injuries are there for them also 5 lakh rupees, and medical thing government will take care everything.
More than 24 hours after the horrific accident that happened at Siga Industries in Pashamailaram in the Sangareddy district, family is waiting, grieving, hoping still against hope that they would get some word from their dear ones. And here is the family of Justin, just about 20 to 21 years old, and he had just come to work hardly 3 days ago or 2 days ago is what we are told. कब आए वो काम करने को यहाँ पे?
कल सुबह में 7:30 को आया, टिफिन करके अंदर चले गया, फिर बाहर नहीं आया। हाँ, सब दवाखाने में ढूंढे, कहाँ भी उसका नाम नहीं है, सबका नाम है, तो इधर ही चावल के हमारे दिल में आए ऐसा। हाँ।
His mother is already dead and therefore his aunts have come here. His cousin is also here. वो इंटरव्यू भी परसों ही दिए थे क्या इसके लिए जो
सैटरडे के दिन दिया? सैटरडे दिन इंटरव्यू दिया, मंडे के दिन आने के लिए बोला।
फर्स्ट डे?
हाँ, फर्स्ट डे कल ही आया।
So the first day of joining proved to be very tragic beginning for Justin. Justin के बारे में बताइए, वो ही एक कमाने वाला था उनके घर में, आप कह रहे हैं 2 बहना है?
हाँ, छोटे छोटे है, एक भाई है, 2 बहन है, उसका पापा भी है, इसलिए वो थोड़ा डिग्री में सेकंड पीयूसी में एक पेपर गया बोल के सिर्फ घर में बैठ के क्या करना बोल के आया इधर। फर्स्ट पायलट, दूसरा कोई भी नहीं काम किया।
अभी आपको कोई ऑफिस वाले कुछ बोले?
कौन भी नहीं बोले, कौन भी नहीं मिले, यहाँ है नहीं बोल रहे, क्या नहीं बोल रहे, यहाँ है तुम ठहरो हम देखते भी नहीं बोल रहे। हमारे को रात तक हम रोका करके रह गए, हमारे दिल नहीं रह गया, हम भाग क्या गए यहाँ बाद भी कौन भी नहीं पकड़ ले रहे हमारे को। और सब दवाखाने में सब जने, अब हमारे भाई अब बेटे उन्होंने देख रहे, मगर कहाँ भी उसका नहीं मिल रहा पता, इसलिए हमारे दिल यहाँ है बोल के हम यहाँ ठहरे। तुम कहीं को आए किसके वास्ते को नहीं पूछ रहे, पूछ के हम हमारे बच्चे को करना वो हमारे को।
So the family wants some news on Justin and that's why they are trying to find out. आपके पास उनका फोटो है क्या? There is Justin, hardly 21 years old, and it was his first day at work, and this is the tragedy that has unfolded now.
Well, the autopsy report of Shefali Zariwala's tragic death is still awaited. It's been days since her death, but still now the findings and the revelation that hasn't come to light, hasn't been made public yet by the authorities who conducted the post-mortem in that Cooper hospital in Mumbai. What is the reason as to why the reality TV star died as so young at the age of 42? From what we know so far is that she was fasting as a part of that religious ritual, because she had that puja ceremony at her residence at the day that she passed away, and had probably taken medicines on an empty stomach. Other claims that are being made by her friends. Her friends have gone on to confirm that she had taken a vitamin C IV on the day of her death, which may have led to her death as she collapsed at her residence on the 27th of June. Anti-aging medication and skin lightening medication was found at her residence. She was all of 42 years of age. The police are yet to confirm the cause of her death, but her friend Pooja Ghai has shared details about her health and her final moments, revealing that she did take an IV drip, and something that is very, very common amongst people in Bollywood, something that others are taking as well, is what has been said about those anti-aging, those glutathione injections that she was taking, and the glutathione that she was taking through IV, something is very, very common perhaps in the entertainment world.
नाही बघा, या बाबतीत मी पहिल्या दिवशी सांगितलं होतं की फाऊल प्ले जर का कोणी तक्रार केलेली असेल, असं कोणी पुढे आलेलं असेल, त्या बाबतीत त्या दृष्टीने चौकशी करण्यात येईल. ही ज्यावेळेला घटना घडते त्यावेळेस पीएमच्या रिपोर्टवरती आपण डिपेंड असतो. जर का पीएमचे रिपोर्ट जर का क्लिअर जर का आले, रिपोर्ट आता हातामध्ये येऊ द्या, ते जर का क्लिअर असेल तर कुठेही फाऊल प्लेचा जर का चान्स नसेल तर कुठे प्रश्न उद्भवत नाही. कुठे जरी आम्हाला नक्कीच पीएमच्या रिपोर्टवर जर का शंका वाटली, नक्कीच त्या दृष्टीने आमचं इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन करेल आणि त्याच्यावर योग्य ती कारवाई मिळेल.
बहुत सारी स्टोरीज ऐसे चलती हैं कि आपने और राधिका ने शेफाली को स्पॉट कैसे किया था. So I just want you to set the record straight of what is the memory of when you first saw Shefali, and what did it strike about you that you felt ki this could be your next star of the next music video?
No, that is what Radhika and I were planning an album called DJ Doll. And we were looking around for a person who's of that particular age, where you can be a doll like innocence in character, innocence in human feelings, human relations and all that, because the casting is not about how you look, casting is all about the touch and feel also, and the emotions you carry at that particular time in your eyes and in your behavior and all that, And what has happened now on Saturday night, which is Offer Destiny's play, I think that day in the afternoon we were spotting of the Shefali was also like a play of destiny, because Radhika and I were driving on the linking road, Bandra, and of Mumbai, and like as you say, we were looking out for the girl who was bigger doll, and here passes a scooter next to her car, and you have this elderly lady and a girl hugging to her, and so complexion almost like a Snow White, and all innocence, and Radhika and I just looked at her and we says, I know, how can somebody we have been looking around for so long be just coming just parallel to us on a drive while we are driving, and we stopped on the next signal, and we hailed her, and we stopped at mother and daughter duo, and then we asked her, and then she said she's studying engineering in Bhavan's College in Bandra, in Andheri. And we said, okay, so if you are interested, then to come for auditions to the office. And we left her number and left, and we left. Next day promptly she was there for the audition, and with no experience of facing camera and no experience of acting, all of 19 years old, and studying, belonging to a traditional family, and coming right in front with and auditioning, and she was all hands and legs, all over the place, And Radhika and I were watching the audition, and she was just blowing these flying kisses towards the camera and winking and all those, trying to be this girl who's visiting the club, which was part of the concept of the album, and how the teenagers would be. And her mind and her perception was this, that,
rebellious.
She and I, Radhika and I just knew that this girl is our doll, and she was doll-like, and she was all innocence personified,
Getting you details of a horrific murder that's come to light, and this is from Madhya Pradesh, inside a hospital. A murder that took place on the 27th of June inside that government district hospital was a 19-year-old girl, a 12th class student, who was brutally murdered in full public view by a man who was obsessed with her. And these are chilling details that are emerging, and this is really showing the man, the accused, Abhishek Koshti, the accused slitting the girl's throat as bystanders, including hospital staffers who looked on. And while they did nothing about it, some even walked past as the girl bled to death on the hospital floor. The attack, which lasted around 10 minutes with no one coming to her rescue.
She had just passed, class 12th, and she was doing some certificate course from the hospital, and she informed her parents that she is going to hospital for some work to meet some relative, and this incident has happened at around 3 p.m. when this guy came in. He started talking to her, and then something has happened. In just 5 minutes, he started stabbing the Sandhya Chaudhary, and she died within few minutes. And as you see in those visuals, nobody came forward, nobody helped her out. Even the doctor started filming, but then nobody helped her. So the police sources are saying that it was one-sided love affair, but the parents are saying that they don't know anyone by the name of Abhishek Koshti, and the girl was not like that. So it was quite apparent that this person, Abhishek Kosti, was angry. A few of them have also said that he was stalking the girl from the past many months, but then this entire incident happened inside the hospital premises. A very shocking visual, very shocking news from the hospital premises, the district hospital in Narsinghpur.
Right, thank you so much, Anurag, for getting us details of that very shocking incident that has been reported inside the hospital of Madhya Pradesh. Moving on from Madhya Pradesh to Maharashtra, and this is a fresh war of words when it comes to the UBT mouthpiece, Samana, that has come out with an editorial targeting the government in Maharashtra in an indirect jibe. It has gone on to say that the BJP could not execute Operation Sindoor properly, but is undertaking Operation Hindi in the state of Maharashtra.
UBT, just like Pakistan, is an extremely sore loser. After a humiliating defeat in the last assembly elections, they have not been able to come to terms with it, and every day they are, denigrating the country and they are denigrating the state. Fact number one, Operation Sindoor is a huge success, destroying 12 PAF air bases, killing over 100 terrorists in Pakistan, destroying 9 terror camps. These were things which were unimagined in the UP era. These were things that were absolutely unimagined in the UPA era. So I think, UBT is living in denial when it comes to Operation Sindoor. But point number two, when it comes to Hindi imposition, there is absolutely no Hindi imposition. The desire, it is always desirable to have, for students to have a third language. But yes, given the sensitivities involved over here, we have taken a decision to give the matter to involve an expert committee, and depending upon the recommendations of the expert committee, we will take a final call. But for a party which is absolutely defunct, which is obsolete, to celebrate this, it just shows that they are running short of issues. So the two Thakres, Raj Thakre and Uddhav Thakre, are both insignificant, politically insignificant in Maharashtra.
This is a consistent line of attacking as far as UBT is concerned. If you remember, as soon as Pahalgam attack happened, while all the majority of the opposition parties vowed to stand by the government, it was in fact UBT and UBT's foremost leader Sanjay Raut, a member of parliament from Rajya Sabha, who was at the forefront in attacking the government. He also called out the Home Minister and was one of the first national leaders to state that it was a security breach or a security failure. And after that, Operation Sindoor started, and when it was prematurely ended, according to UBT, and that is when the second line of firing began from the Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray faction of Shiv Sena. Now we are seeing that in the ongoing debate of language, when the 2 GRs have been cancelled, and which has already been seen as a major victory, a symbolic victory by the opposition parties here in Maharashtra, especially by UBT and MNS, through their editorial, the UBT faction of Shiv Sena has again tried to pinch the government a bit, and has very clearly stated that just like how the BJP-led government at the centre wasn't able to take forward the Operation Sindoor, similarly they attempted Operation Hindi in Maharashtra, and they failed at both of these things. Now, we've been talking to leaders here in the assembly, and of course they think that this entire statement is in a very low light, especially considering that the comparison here has been drawn between national security and the implementation of a 3-language policy, something that the government here believes was started or was initiated by Uddhav Thackeray himself back in the year 2022.
Right, thank you so much, Anush, for getting us all those details. In other news, the Prime Minister of Thailand has been suspended by the country's constitutional court as it opened a probe into her conduct in a diplomatic spat with Cambodia. This was, the leader has been suspended over that leaked phone call with the former Cambodian leader. The Thai Prime Minister was suspended by the country's constitutional court on Tuesday as it opened a probe into her conduct. Now, a long-standing territorial dispute boiled over into the cross-border clashes in May, killing 1 Cambodian soldier. When this is the leader of Thailand called the Cambodian statesman in order to discuss tensions, she called him uncle and referred to a Thai military commander as her opponent, according to that leaked recording, which caused a backlash. My colleague Vishal joining us. Vishal, take us through the contents of that leaked conversation. This is a 38-year-old Prime Minister who's now facing major backlash for that leaked phone call.
Well, Divya, as you mentioned, in May, there was a big confrontation between the Thai army and the Cambodian army regarding that border dispute that you mentioned. And one soldier on the Cambodian side had been killed. So to allay those tensions, the leaders had spoken the following month. And there's a leaked video from that conversation that shows that, Thai PM has been speaking to the Cambodian counterpart, the ex-Cambodian leader Hun Sen, and referred to him as her uncle, and also said that one of the main military commanders in Thai army is her opponent. So this has created a lot of controversy on the Thai soil, and there are many protesters asking for Shinawat's resignation. She's already in a lot of controversies, especially when that earthquake struck Thailand and almost 80 to 70 people were trapped under a building. That had also created a lot of controversies, and on top of that, this fresh escalation in terms of controversies regarding Shinawat. This has resulted in a lot of pressure on her. The Constitution Court has already suspended her pending a review of the leaked conversation. There are also calls for her total removal. So that will have to be decided by the Constitutional Court, and that will be the next step probably, but too soon to say that. But of course, there's a lot of tension in the Thai main camp.
Right, Vishal, thank you for getting us details of what this phone call row is all about, that leaked phone call. Let's just get you more news, and this is in regard to the Bachpan Manao campaign with Ek Step and NDTV highlighting childhood as a time for joyful learning. And my colleague Ambika gets us all valuable insights, especially for parents. Take a look.
In this day and age, being a parent is perhaps the toughest job of all. The pressure to teach, engage, entertain, protect, educate, occupy is enormous. It is a bewildering world of school, coaching, tutors, classes, extracurricular activities, and so much more. But the best way to support the development of your child is actually really simple and fun. Let your child play. Bachpan Manao with Ek Step and NDTV is a celebration of the first 3,000 days, where we firmly believe that play is the heart of early childhood. We want to make this a liberating experience for parents, which is why we're asking questions sent to us by parents. Answering them today is Dr. Madhvi Bhardwaj, consultant pediatrician and neonatologist at Lifetree Healthcare Mohali, who is also known on Instagram as Bachcho Ki Doctor. Thank you so much, Dr. Madhvi, for joining us. So the first one is on boredom. A parent wants to know, what do I do when my child tells me she or he is getting bored?
So getting bored is so important for your child to develop their creativity, imagination, and some new play for themselves. So boredom is the first step actually to a lot more developmental milestones, I would say. If I give an example of a 9-month-old, I left my daughter for good 15 minutes on the floor and she started playing with her hand's shadow. Okay. If I give an example of a 2.5-year-old, I left the child be, or you leave that child be, you do not leave them with any game, or you are not entertaining them directly, they might pick up your dupatta and start playing with it. You might leave their 5-year-old with nothing but probably a color or a pencil or nothing at all, and they might pick up a pencil and pen, start sketching or drawing or do something. See, I know these days we think it is very important to keep our kids engaged all the time, but that would not be the right approach. You have to leave them be, and you will be surprised to see how they entertain themselves.
Well, so boredom is extremely important for their growth as well.
Thank you so much, Ambika. And with that, it's a wrap on this bulletin. But for the latest headlines and news updates, you can tune in and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
बदलाव की इच्छा रखने वाले लोग, उनको ये तय करना है कि वो जनसुराज जैसे नए विकल्प को चुनते हैं कि फिर पिटे पिटाए अपनी पुरानी व्यवस्था में जाना चाहते हैं।
तेजस्वी जी मुख्यमंत्री बने हैं, हमारी पूरी सपोर्ट है उनको। हम किंग मेकर की भूमिका में रहना चाहते हैं।
ये लोग घर से बाहर नहीं निकल पाते थे।
आपने इनको 20 साल से आपको केवल 20 महीना दे दीजिए, बस केवल 20 महीना।
जंगल राज लाने वाले मौका देख रहे हैं, अपने पुराने कारनामे करने का मौका ढूंढ रहे हैं।
The last 1 month, if you see, the share prices of Gensol Engineering has fallen more than 58%.
Why are the rating firms calling the debt payments as default?
We have two credible credit rating agencies on March 4th coming and downgrading the stock to D.
Statements are consistently being proven wrong, and transactions are being taken place which are different from what they were originally pictured to be.
The company claimed it would roll out 6,400 electric vehicles. But what it has rolled out is a shocking scam. Funds meant for the project were funneled allegedly back to the promoters, the Junkie brothers. What did the money buy? Not EVs, of course, but a lavish flat in Gurgaon's luxurious DLF Carmelias.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Gari Rao. Stay with us for all the news you need. We'll get you the latest on the Karnataka crisis, which seems to have been averted for now. Let's take a look at the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah survives for now. DK Shivakumar, by his side, Randeep Surjewala addresses the media, says no change in leadership. Will a reshuffle satisfy DK supporters? DK's two pitches for a united front, says only one Congress under Mallikarjun Kharge. He says my job is to keep the party alive. A horrific custodial death case in Tamil Nadu. The brutal assault of a guard caught on camera. 5 policemen have been booked after the security guard died in police custody. In the Kolkata rape horror and fallout, college terminates the services of the prime accused. In fact, 2 accused students who also stood guard at the time the young woman was raped on college campus have now been rusticated. And a horrifying case from Madhya Pradesh where a 19-year-old girl was murdered by a man in full public view in a district hospital. This man had been stalking her for some time. Telangana claims victory over Andhra Pradesh over the Banachcherla irrigation project after the Central Committee has refused clearance for the project, saying more consultation is needed. All right, let's get you all the very latest on the Karnataka crisis in the state government, which seems to have been averted for now. Remember, several MLAs spoke out against the leadership. One MLA even claiming that 100 MLAs were supporting DK Shivakumar and there was a need for change in the chief ministership. However, it seems this matter has got averted for now. The entire crisis has been averted. Siddaramaiah survives and DKS will have to wait longer for that top job in the state. Now, what we can tell you is DK Shivakumar himself has also said that that there is only one Congress under Mallikarjun Kharge's leadership. He is the party president. He said, my job is to keep the party alive and that there are no factions in the Congress party. Earlier, we also saw Randeep Surjewala, who had been flown to Bengaluru as this crisis broke out and had held meetings with several of the MLAs. He too had addressed the media and said that there was no change of guard that is going to take place. He said there is no crisis, and what NDTV has learned from sources is one of the demands is that there should be a cabinet reshuffle. So for now, perhaps that is what the Congress is going to concede to the DK Shivakumar faction, that there will be a cabinet reshuffle. Let's just listen into what Congress Karnataka in charge, Randeep Surjewala, said during that presser just a little while ago.
Some of you also asked me one more question. Are you taking opinion on leadership change? The answer I had given yesterday also, I am answering again today. The answer is clearly no, in one word. You also asked me whether you are asking whether DCC should be changed. Some friend was asking me down below. I said yes. I am going to ask the opinion of the MLA. How is District Congress Committee functioning? Are they cooperating in government programs? If they are not, we will consider a change. If they are okay, no problem. I am also asking, Mr Shivakumar has appointed 111 office bearer to a constituency. Whether they come to the constituency or not, or whether they have taken my post and they are sitting at home. Who are not sitting at home, we will have to replace them.
It's also a prototype of a state where the Congress really talks about its model of governance when it comes to implementation of guarantees, or for that matter even caste survey, which is why Randeep Surjewala, the General Secretary and also the person in charge of Karnataka, has made it very clear that there's going to be no change in guard when it comes to Karnataka. Siddaramaiah is going to continue as the Chief Minister, which means that DK Shivakumar is not going to become the Chief Minister. He's going to continue as the Deputy Chief Minister. Now, all of this is coming even as Randeep Surjewala has already met a couple of legislators. He's all set to meet more MLAs in coming days. In fact, it's a 3-day visit. He will also be meeting former district presidents, present district presidents. He's going to talk to former and present office bearers and get an idea of what is going wrong, what is going right with respect to governance. The High Command has made it very clear that the priority is only governance, because this is one state, the only state that the Congress party has in the country apart from Himachal Pradesh and Telangana. Well, of course, the point of...
A lot of legislators, 130 seconds, legislators are saying that, you have done a lot of High Command to give you an opportunity. How do you view it, sir, right now with so many MLAs batting in your support?
I don't want any MLAs to bat for me. Their love to me is different. I am a party worker. First, the party is important. They should work in their constituencies. They should not think of the party decision has been already taken 2.5 years back, 2 years back. They will take a call whatever the party needs. But I am not in a race of now. I want my party MLAs to work as per the directions of the High Command and the manifesto. That's all. Apart from that...
What about the statements that they continue to make? How are you going to deal with that? How is the leadership going to deal with that?
My Chief Minister asked me to issue a notice. I will issue notice to everyone.
And about other issues like funding, corruption, these issues being raised, that is going to be discussed?
No corruption issue is there. No houses can be given by any minister. It is the local panchayat chairman with his panchayat members can decide. This is all baseless.
All right, so Deepak, who's been keeping an eye on all these developments in Karnataka, getting us that exclusive with Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar, who said, who really, shut down all talk of any sort of dissent about how MLAs who are supporting him have been speaking out about change of guard and how they want a change in leadership. However, he said there is no one, I don't want anyone to speak out for me. And he said there is just one party. Let's just listen in again to what DK Shivakumar had to say on this entire controversy, which for the moment this crisis seems to have been averted.
A lot of legislators, 130 seconds, legislators are saying that, you have done a lot of High Command to give you an opportunity. How do you view it, sir, right now with so many MLAs batting in your support?
I don't want any MLAs to bat for me. Their love to me is different. I am a party worker. First, the party is important. They should work in their constituencies. They should not think of the party decision has been already taken 2.5 years back, 2 years back. They will take a call whatever the party needs. But I am not in a race of now. I want my party MLAs to work as per the directions of the High Command and the manifesto. That's all. Apart from that,
What about the statements that they continue to make? How are you going to deal with that? How is the leadership going to deal with it?
my chief minister has asked me to issue a notice. I will issue notice to everyone.
And about other issues like funding, corruption, these issues being raised, that is going to be discussed?
No corruption issue is there. No houses can be given by any minister. It is the local panchayat chairman with his panchayat members can decide. This is all baseless.
All right, so DK Shivakumar, they're speaking to NDTV's Deepak on this entire controversy, this crisis, as it were, in the Congress party in the state, and that crisis seems to have been averted. Now, remember, if we take you through, all the developments, it started a few days ago when one or two MLAs started speaking out, expressing dissatisfaction with their state government, with the chief minister. One leader spoke about how there are, different power centers. Other MLAs started speaking out about corruption in their own government, apologizing to farmers for delay in aid coming to them. And then it built up from there. And once again, we saw several MLAs talking about, how DK Shivakumar has the support of 100 MLAs. That was in an interview to NDTV, where one of the MLAs who comes from the DK's faction said that at least 100 MLAs were with DK Shivakumar. Now, the reason also for this crisis or this push for a change at the top is because this was something that was promised by the Congress party at the time of government formation as well. If you remember, DK Shivakumar, at that time, it took a week for the government announcement after the Congress had won the elections in Karnataka. So once again, murmurs demanding that change in the top, in the chief ministership. But for now, after Randeep Surjewala was flown to Bengaluru and held several meetings with MLAs and leaders, it seems that the crisis has been averted. DK Shivakumar will have to wait a little longer. Well, let's just listen in to what Mr. Iqbal, one of the MLAs from the DK's camp, had to say.
Now, the High Command is saying, Mr. Surjewala is saying, Mr. DK Shivakumar is saying, he does not need MLAs to bat in his favor. What do you have to say?
I'll let you know, sir. See, they have called me to give my opinion, sir. I will talk to them. I'll come back to you, sir.
In the morning when you spoke to me, you said today you're going to make it a point to tell Mr. Surjewala that you want a change in the next couple of months.
So that's what I wanted to tell him now.
You will tell him that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. But, the leadership here, which was speaking earlier, said that they don't want to hear about leadership talks. They only want to talk about Mr. Surjewala while holding a press conference.
See, our opinion, my wish. Okay. I want him to see as a CM. So that's why we want to change. What is there? He has sacrificed a lot to come down to this power. He has made a lot of efforts.
Mr. DK Shivakumar says he does not need legislators to back him or
that
say
is
things.
His opinion, sir. My opinion that he should be a chief minister to get a good administration in the Karnataka. This is the right time. We want a change for our future 2028.
You stick by your stand that 2028 will be difficult if he does not be made chief minister?
That is our intention. That is our aim.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right, so MLA Iqbal Hussain really doubling down. He was the one who said that there are 100 MLAs who are there in support of DK Shivakumar and that they want to change in the chief ministership, they want to change in the top job, saying that otherwise it will become difficult for the Congress to retain power. And even though for the moment, as we saw on the face of it, Randeep Surjewala, DK Shivakumar all saying that there's no crisis and that for the moment, things continue as it was. In fact, DK Shivakumar even saying that I don't want anyone to speak out of turn and speak out in favor of me and that there is no race. But as you saw there, Iqbal Hussain, however, saying that the demand remains. Let's go across to Deepak, who's been tracking all these developments. And Deepak, for the moment, it seems the crisis on the face of it has been averted. Siddaramaiah has again won this round. DK Shivakumar will have to wait longer, though DK Shivakumar telling you he's not in any kind of race. And we just heard your interview with Mr. Iqbal Hussain, who's really doubling down on his demand of, they need a change at the top.
Well, interesting times in Karnataka politics, and yes, for now, the High Command has said there's no talks of leadership. But like we've been saying, that the change, if there is any, and if it is being mooted, is not going to happen today, tomorrow. It's something that's expected. It's in the pipeline, is the sense that we get on the ground the next 2 to 3 months. What this change would be? Would it mean a cabinet reshuffle? Would it mean a change of chief minister? These are all things that is left to the High Command. Today, of course, as far as Mr. Surjewala is concerned, he made it clear that right now the discussion with the MLAs is not about leadership. It's about constituency issues, it's about fixing organization, it's about the guarantees and so on. But from what we are learning, the information that's going to be gathered here is going to be discussed in Delhi. When that discussion happens, what is going to be the decision based on that discussion? That is something that we need to watch out for. For now, it has been made amply clear that they don't want any more discussions on this topic. Mr Shivakumar himself saying, I do not want MLAs to bat for me or speak in my support. I will issue show cause notices to them if they are out of line and do not follow the diktat issued by the High Command and the KPCC. Here is what he says. I spoke to Mr Iqbal Hussain. After that, he says, well, nothing doing. My opinion, I go back to Surjewala and I make sure that I tell him that the need of the hour is to make this change, and only then can the party come back to power in 2028.
All right, so Deepak, a round of denials really from the top, though as we saw that MLA Hussain really doubling down. However, take us through, this crisis as it peaked just 2-3 days ago, and then Randeep Surjewala flying in to Bengaluru, holding meetings with various leaders. He did not hold a group meeting, he did hold individual meetings, and till this afternoon, a short while ago, when we saw that press conference and denial of any change.
Well, yes, they are saying as far as discussions with these legislators who are coming in here is concerned, it has nothing to do with a change in leadership. But what about the chorus that's growing? And what about, the promise that has been, of course, spoken about, the unwritten promise of a sharing formula? Is that something that was actually in existence? Is that something that, both the leaders here in Karnataka, Mr Siddaramaiah and Mr Shivakumar, will want to comply with? More importantly, as far as the Congress leadership is concerned, how will they manage this situation if there was indeed a formula after the next 3 months when that period gets over? Whether this bickering internally will that actually explode? That is the question as of now. They have tried to quell it by saying cannot make such statements. This is the instruction of the High Command. But even then, some of the MLAs are being quite brazen, and that shows the heat of the moment, doesn't it? Because in the past, whenever such statements have been made, we've seen silence. But as that period of 2.5 years draws closer, you're looking at the MLAs becoming more and more vocal about it.
All right, thanks so much, Deepak, for joining us with all those developments. We'll continue to track that very, very closely. But as we said, for the moment, this crisis in Karnataka Congress seems to have been averted. News now from Tamil Nadu, where 5 policemen have been booked. This is after the custodial death of a guard. And there you can see this video that has gone viral that shows that guard being beaten. This was in Shivaganga. And after his death, the post-mortem said that, injuries were found on the body of this guard who was accused of stealing something. This was outside a temple where a devotee claimed that she had given her car keys to the guard, and when she returned, she found gold was missing from her car, and that is when this person was taken into custody, and he died while he was in custody of the police. Now 5 policemen have been booked for the death of this guard in Sivaganga. Earlier we spoke to Sam Daniel for more.
The case is about the death of a temporary security guard of a temple in Sivaganga district of Tamil Nadu, Ajit Kumar, who allegedly died of torture while under police custody. A woman had given a police complaint that this security guard, to whom she had handed over her car, had stolen the jewelry placed in the car. It was on the basis of this complaint petitioners alleged that police had taken Ajit Kumar to 2 different locations and allegedly tortured him and killed him there. Police claim he suffered epilepsy and that he died on the way to the hospital, and the hospital too declared brought dead. A video which NDTV cannot independently verify shows men who appear to be police personnel in civilian dress attacking Ajit Kumar using lathi, and Tamil Nadu police say there was no cover-up at all by the state police, that they had immediately suspended 5 police personnel, and following the post-mortem report and internal investigation, now the police personnel have been arrested. The SP of Sivaganga district also has been placed under compulsory wait. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin too briefly explained the action taken in this case. 2 petitions have been filed in the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court seeking a CBI probe into this alleged custodial death by torture. The court had made some strong observations and raised several tough questions, including why Ajit Kumar's mortal remains or body was taken to adjoining Madurai district while he died, according to police, in Thirubuvanam in Sivaganga district. Why no FIR was filed in the jewelry theft case, why Ajit Kumar was interrogated, taking him to 2 different locations. Was it an attempt to hide him from CCTVs? Why no post-mortem report was given to the magistrate? And who authorized the special team of the police to take over the investigation? Can they take it on their own? The court has also directed the Dean of the Madurai Government Rajaji Medical College Hospital, the magistrate involved in this case, the Temple Assistant Commissioner, the man who filmed this particular recording of the alleged torture, to appear before the court this evening. This has come as an embarrassment to the Tamil Nadu police and the ruling DMK. When the DMK was earlier in the opposition, it had gone to town over the custodial death of a father and son at a police station in Sathankulam in southern Tamil Nadu. Both the key opposition party, the AIADMK, and the BJP target the ruling DMK of failing, what they call failing to rein in on police to check custodial deaths. And all eyes would be on the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court with respect to the CBI probe into this issue.
Well, let's now get you the latest on in the case of the rape that took place in a law college in Kolkata. And the South Calcutta Law College governing body met today. This was the first meeting since the gang rape incident of a young woman who was gang raped on the college campus, on the grounds there in a guard room. Now, 2 of the accused students, Pratyay Mukherjee and Zaid Ahmed, have now been rusticated. They had stood guard as the young woman was raped. And the prime accused, Manojit Mishra, his service has been terminated. He was an ex-student of the college. However, he wielded a lot of clout still on the campus. The security agency too has been issued a show cause notice. A new security agency will now be engaged for providing guards inside and at the college gates. Remember, action has also been taken against the guard in whose room that rape took place. The accused, Manojit Mishra, who was known as Mango on campus, he will be produced before a magisterial court, and the Kolkata police are expected to seek an extension of custody and oppose any bail for the accused. And this has also taken a political turn, and the BJP is hitting out at the Trinamool Congress government in Bengal and claiming that women are not safe. Also, the links between the main accused and the Trinamool Congress are being spoken about. Earlier, we spoke to Saurabh for the latest.
Has thrown a cloud of questions over the security apparatus in the college and the backing that perhaps this accused had. So obviously the college administration now stepping in, but many are also questioning whether it's too little too late, given the fact that how did these accused, especially Manojit Mishra, have access to the college? What was the backing that he had? And obviously now with this action, the college also rusticating 2 of these accused. It's obviously action following the police action and the incident, but this comes close on the heels of the arrest of these two accused. So this is something that perhaps would have anyways had to have happened, but it's now been formalized with the college governing body. Now, this has also led, to a political war of words between the Trinamool and the BJP. And this is, of course, one more question that's repeatedly come up in this case is the lessons learnt on security. Now, after the Arjikar case, there was, of course, this whole exercise in medical colleges to improve the security. The Calcutta, the Supreme Court itself had mandated this whole process of security, but that was perhaps limited to medical colleges. Now you've had an incident in a law college, and how are people who shouldn't have access? Of course, these two accused who've been rusticated are people who can possibly have access, but the other one, the main accused, Manojit Mishra, his access to the college and, the lack of any sort of scrutiny before letting him enter, despite several complaints, despite him being a repeat offender, despite people having complained to the police in the past, how did he enter the college? And a college finally, administration waking up and taking some action with that governing body of the college, now also acting against these two accused who have now been rusticated. And obviously there are other decisions also that have been taken by the college governing body, including that show cause to the security agency, because remember, the security guard also has been arrested by the police in this case, and this was because of his lack of action or act of omission.
All right, so big decisions are taken at that law college. Well, let's go across to Shreshi for more on the case. And Shreshi, give us more details about what is expected today. The main accused, Manoj Mishra, will be produced at court.
Well, the 4 days police remand of the three accused in the Kolkata gang rape ends today, and they will be produced from here at the Alipur Sessions Court in a short while from now. The medical examinations will be conducted before they are produced. The police is likely to seek an extension in their remand for 10 days, and that would complete the 14 days cycle, but we'll have to wait and see how many days they get. Of course, the bail petition will be objected by the public prosecutor, and the Kolkata police, of course, putting a watertight case in place. Even the commissioner of police yesterday held a meeting with the SIT, ensuring that all the documents, all the reports that need to be put in the case file is submitted before the magistrate to ensure that the accused don't get bail, and the police can secure police custody and not judicial custody. As the investigations are still ongoing, the police are trying to ascertain whether it was pre-planned, whether the college administration was aware of such things happening on campus, and of course the larger question of whether there were any other people involved in this particular heinous crime that has taken place on a college campus here in Kolkata, because of course we have exposed how the accused is linked to the Trinamool Congress and he did enjoy political immunity on campus. So we'll have to wait and see what kind of, remand the magistrate gives today once they are produced before the court here in Kolkata.
All right, Shreshi, thanks so much for joining us with that. Shreshi, tracking all those developments in Kolkata. Now we bring you an exclusive conversation that we had with one of the students there on campus of that law college who knew Manojit Mishra. And she reveals shocking details about him, the kind of fear that he had, and also the talk of the political backing that he had.
So वो बहुत fear करते थे. एक intimidation का atmosphere create हो गया था campus में, because he used to click photos of the female students, morph them, and circulate them on WhatsApp groups. And then he also used to sexually harass the female students, intimidate them, and इतना intimidation था कि मतलब students लोग classes attend करना ही मतलब डर रहे थे classes attend करने से. And there have been several complaints about him throughout Kolkata. Like in 2019, he sexually harassed a woman in college, tore her clothes. In 2024, he beat up a security guard and vandalized college property. And then in 2019 again, he was involved in some kind of theft. So throughout Kolkata, there have been several FIRs filed against him. But nobody took any action because of his political influence. He was so politically safeguarded by the Trinamool Congress that nobody dared to touch him.
अच्छा, ये बताइए कि क्या कॉलेज में ऐसी और भी लड़कियां थीं
जिनके साथ इसने जो है गलत काम किया या उनको परेशान किया, उनको हरेस किया, उनको स्टॉक कर रहा था, ऐसी भी कई सारी क्या कंप्लेंट्स थी, क्या और लड़कियां थी या कुछ ऐसी लड़कियां भी रहीं जिन्होंने शिकायतें नहीं की, कंप्लेन नहीं किया?
There have been many girls like that. उनका काम ही था कि स्टॉक करना है लड़कियों को, harass करना है लड़कियों को. I don't think there was literally any girl that wasn't harassed by him. मतलब बहुत complaints थे उनके regarding. Even कि his own parents disowned him because of these complaints. उनके पिताजी एक priest है कालिका टेम्पल में, तो वो लोग 5-6 years से उनको disown करके रखे हैं. So there have been many complaints by women like at that college and also out of the college as well.
All right, so that student telling us about the kind of terror Manojit Mishra had on campus. With that, we'll slip into a short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll get to the latest in the death of Shefali Jariwala. Do stay with us.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news is here.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profit Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers.
Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools, and lead with
Welcome back. Let's now get you the latest on the tragic death of model and reality TV star Shefali Jariwala. And the post-mortem report has still not been made public. In fact, we're told it has been reserved. Now, what is known is that the reality TV star had been fasting on that day as part of a religious ritual and had possibly taken medicines on an empty stomach. That is what the police have said. A friend of Shefali confirmed that she had taken vitamin C on the day and through IV on the day of her death, and she collapsed at home. This was on the 27th of July. Anti-aging medication and skin lightening medication was discovered at her home. She was 42 years old, and the police have also spoken about her low blood pressure. I remember she was also someone who suffered from epilepsy. Now let's listen into what the state minister had to say on Shefali's death.
नाही बघा, या बाबतीत मी पहिल्या दिवशी सांगितलं होतं की फाऊल प्ले जर का कोणी तक्रार केलेली असेल, असं कोणी पुढे आलेलं असेल, त्या बाबतीत त्या दृष्टीने चौकशी करण्यात येईल. ही ज्यावेळेला घटना घडते त्यावेळेस पीएमच्या रिपोर्टवरती आपण डिपेंड असतो. जर का पीएमचे रिपोर्ट जर का क्लिअर जर का आले, रिपोर्ट आता हातामध्ये येऊ द्या, ते जर का क्लिअर असतील तर कुठेही फाऊल प्लेचा जर का चान्स नसेल तर कुठे प्रश्न उद्भवत नाही. कुठे जरी आम्हाला नक्कीच पीएमच्या रिपोर्टवर जर का शंका वाटली,
All right, let's go across to Paras now for more. And Paras, that minister talking about, let the post-mortem report come and then we will investigate further. The question is, where is that post-mortem report? There's been a lot of focus on this case and a lot of speculation as well as to what led to the death.
Rightly said, there were many speculation and still there are many speculation which is on in this entire matter, the sad demise of actor Shefali Jariwala. But in this entire matter, NDTV was the first channel who reported that that the post-mortem report has been reserved by the Cooper Hospital doctors, and in this entire case there has been the viscera freezed by the Cooper Hospital also, and the blood report also has been freezed. So viscera report and blood report has been freezed for the further investigation, as we all know that why viscera report is more important in this type of case, because doctors want to just clear the things that she has not been poisoned, any other component is not there in the body. So this type of test, majorly the viscera report is very much important, and that's why viscera report has been done and blood report has also been done. Now doctors of Cooper Hospital are waiting for the viscera report and the blood report, and after that the conclusion will be done and post-mortem report will be done. A post-mortem report will be given and will be done public. So that's why the precautionary steps has been taken by Mumbai police also and the hospital doctors also. So this is the important step which has been done, and this is the protocol which normally followed by the Mumbai police and the doctors where post-mortem happens. So it will come, it will take some time. Normally viscera report takes 5 to 10 days of time, and blood report also takes some time, because there are numerous tests which will be done by the doctors of Cooper Hospital. So they will come, it will take some time, but post-mortem report will be there soon.
All right, the post-mortem report will be there soon. Thanks so much, Paras, for joining us with all the very latest in this case, the tragic death of the 42-year-old reality star. News now from Karnataka and Bengaluru, where suspended IPS officer Vikash Kumar has been granted relief by the Central Administrative Tribunal. He was suspended after the Chinnaswamy Stadium stampede that had taken place after the IPL finale. The suspension of the senior IPS officer was revoked, He had served as the additional commissioner of police in Bengaluru and was in charge of security at the stadium, and he had approached the tribunal challenging his suspension. He was part of 5 people who were suspended after 11 people died during that stampede. Now, remember, the state government had taken action against the police officer after the stampede had taken place. The state government is now likely to challenge the tribunal's ruling in the High Court. In fact, the police had claimed that there was not enough time to make the arrangements, and even now the order reads that the RCB, in fact, blames the RCB, saying that the RCB did not take the appropriate permissions or consent from the police before they posted on social media platforms about the event that was going to take place. NDTV's Deepak Bopana spoke with Rizwan Arshad for more on this story.
The Central Administrative Tribunal, one of the IPS officers who was suspended, had moved the tribunal. They have come out with a very interesting order. They're saying that the state government, while they suspended these officers, they were very mechanical in their approach. There was no substantial evidence or material before them to actually suspend them. Right now, his suspension has been revoked. They've also advised that the same order should apply to the other 2 IPS officers. How will the state government really view this?
The state government will definitely, I don't know, I have not seen or I am the decision maker in this, but the state government should challenge it. 11 people have lost their lives. The officers who were responsible to maintain law and order, the officers who were directly responsible to organize the whole police protection, if they are not taken into account, if they are not accountable, they are not held accountable, then what it is, we have lost 11 people.
News now from Madhya Pradesh, where a horrific murder of a young woman took place inside a hospital. It was a horrifying act of violence, which has also exposed deep cracks in public safety and hospital security. On June 27th, inside this government district hospital in Narsinghpur, a 19-year-old Sandhya Chaudhary was brutally murdered. And what's more shocking is that it was in full public view by a man who was said to be stalking her. No one who was watching intervened. In this chilling footage, you can see Abhishek Koshti, the accused, slitting the girl's throat, and it said a doctor also took a video, but nobody stepped up to help the young girl who this attack lasted around 10 minutes and the attacker actually escaped from the hospital. Anurag Dwari with the latest.
She just passed, class 12th, and she was doing some certificate course from the hospital, and she informed her parents that she is going to hospital for some work to meet some relative, and this incident has happened at around 3 p.m. when this guy came in. He started talking to her, and then something has happened. In just 5 minutes, he started stabbing the Sandhya Chaudhary, and she died within few minutes. And as you see in those visuals, nobody came forward, nobody helped her out. Even the doctor started filming, but then nobody helped her. So the police sources are saying that it was one-sided love affair, but the parents are saying that they don't know anyone by the name of Abhishek Koshti, and the girl was not like that. So it was quite apparent that this person, Abhishek Koshti, was angry. A few of them have also said that he was stalking the girl from the past many months, but then this entire incident happened inside the hospital premises. A very shocking visual, very shocking news from the hospital premises, the district hospital in Narsinghpur.
News now of the Telangana factory fire, and Chief Minister Revanth Reddy visited the factory today, and he also met with families of the victims in the area. 35 people died after the blast and fire at this pharmaceutical factory in the Sangareddy district. Chief Minister Revanth Reddy announced a 1 lakh aid for all the families of the deceased and 50,000 for the injured in this blast. He also ordered a thorough inspection and directed officials to ensure treatment and expedite relief efforts across departments. Let's just listen in to what the Chief Minister said. Also, NDTV's Uma Sudhir spoke with the family members.
Definitely we will see whatever concerns are there, whatever lapses are there, whatever regulation has to be implemented. We will examine everything. We will take a serious view on those incidents. And at the same time, I have told my people to give 1 lakh for deceased family, death family, and injured family, 50,000 for immediate expenditure. Next few days, they cannot go for work or they cannot do anything. That is why I have told my people to give contingency fund from collector to these deceased families 1,50,000. And at the same time, I have told my people 1 crore rupees for death families, 10 lakhs rupees major that accident and limited whatever injuries are there, for them also 5 lakh rupees, and medical thing government will take care everything.
More than 24 hours after the horrific accident that happened at Siga Industries in Pashamailaram in the Sangareddy district, family is waiting, grieving, hoping still against hope that they would get some word from their dear ones. And here is the family of Justin, just about 20 to 21 years old, and he had just come to work hardly 3 days ago or 2 days ago is what we are told. कब आए वो काम करने को यहाँ पे?
कल सुबह में 7:30 को आया, टिफिन करके अंदर चले गया, फिर बाहर नहीं आया। हाँ, सब दवाखाने में ढूंढे, कहाँ भी उसका नाम नहीं है, सबका नाम है, तो इधर ही चावल के हमारे दिल में आए ऐसा। हाँ।
His mother is already dead and therefore his aunts have come here. His cousin is also here. वो इंटरव्यू भी परसों ही दिए थे क्या इसके लिए, जो
सैटरडे के दिन दिया, सैटरडे दिन इंटरव्यू दिया, मंडे के दिन आने के लिए बोला फर्स्ट डे कल ही आया।
So the first day of joining proved to be very tragic beginning for Justin. Justin के बारे में बताइए, वो ही एक कमाने वाला था उनके घर में, आप कह रहे हैं 2 बहना है?
हाँ, छोटे छोटे है, एक भाई है, 2 बहन है, उसका पापा भी है, इसलिए वो थोड़ा डिग्री में सेकंड पीयूसी में एक पेपर गया बोल के सिर्फ घर में बैठ के क्या करना बोल के आया इधर। फर्स्ट पायलट, दूसरा कोई भी नहीं काम किया।
अभी आपको कोई ऑफिस वाले कुछ बोले?
कौन भी नहीं मिले, कौन भी नहीं मिले, यहाँ है नहीं बोल रहे, क्या नहीं बोल रहे, यहाँ है तुम ठहरो हम देखते भी नहीं बोल रहे। हमारे को रात तक हम रोका करके रह गए, हमारे दिल नहीं रह गया, हम भाग क्या गए यहाँ को, यहाँ बाद भी कौन भी नहीं पकड़ ले रहे हमारे को। और सब दवाखाने में सब जने अब हमारे भाई अब बेटे उन्होंने देख रहे, मगर कहाँ भी उसका नहीं मिल रहा पता, इसलिए हमारे दिल यहाँ है बोल के हम यहाँ ठहरे। तुम कहीं को आए किसके वास्ते को नहीं पूछ रहे, पूछ के हमारे बच्चे को करना वो हमारे को।
So the family wants some news on Justin, and that's why they are trying to find out. आपके पास उनका फोटो है क्या? There is Justin, hardly 21 years old, and it was his first day at work, and this is the tragedy that has unfolded now. More than 24 hours after the accident that happened, rescue operations are still not completed, and this huge amount of debris that you're seeing, all of that taken out from the collapsed building site, and all the machine and the metal that is there, all of that being removed, and the NDRF saying that it could be hours before, not hours but days before they can complete this operation, because even though it appears that the fire has been put off, at places you can see the smoke that is still coming out. At many places the metal is still very hot because the heat has been trapped inside. Outside, emotional scenes of family members still looking for their loved ones and asking for answers. They had come here to work, and where have they gone? That's what the family wants to know. Are they among the injured? They have not found them there. Are they among the bodies that have been recovered? Even there they are not able to find them. Of course, DNA testing and forensic analysis will have to be done in order to be able to identify some of the dead, because they are so badly burnt. And the Chief Minister has said that they are going to take a very, very severe view of this accident. Huge death figures that have come out in this particular case.
News now from Maharashtra, and a fresh war of words there. UBT mouthpiece, UBT Shiv Sena mouthpiece Samna came out with an editorial targeting the Maharashtra government over the imposition of Hindi. Now, in an indirect dig, it said the BJP could not execute Operation Sindoor properly, but is undertaking Operation Hindi in Maharashtra. The BJP hit back.
UBT, just like Pakistan, is an extremely sore loser. After a humiliating defeat in the last assembly elections, they have not been able to come to terms with it, and every day they are, denigrating the country and they are denigrating the state. Fact number one, Operation Sindoor is a huge success. destroying 12 PAF air bases, killing over 100 terrorists in Pakistan, destroying 9 terror camps. These were things which were unimagined in the UP. These were things that were absolutely unimagined in the UPA era. So I think, UBT is living in denial when it comes to Operation Sindoor. But point number 2, when it comes to Hindi imposition, there is absolutely no Hindi imposition. The desire, it is always desirable for students to have a third language. But yes, given the sensitivities involved over here, we have taken a decision to give the matter to involve an expert committee, and depending upon the recommendations of the expert committee, we will take a final call. But for a party which is absolutely defunct, which is obsolete, to celebrate this, it just shows that they are running short of issues. So the two Thakres, Raj Thakre and Uddhav Thakre, are both insignificant, politically insignificant in Maharashtra.
This is a consistent line of attacking as far as UBT is concerned. If you remember, as soon as Pahalgam attack happened, while all the majority of the opposition parties vowed to stand by the government, it was in fact UBT and UBT's foremost leader Sanjay Raut, a member of parliament from Rajya Sabha, who was at the forefront in attacking the government. He also called out the Home Minister and was one of the first national leaders to state that it was a security breach or a security failure. And after that, Operation Sindoor started, and when it was prematurely ended, according to UBT, and that is when the second line of firing began from the Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray faction of Shiv Sena. Now we are seeing that in the ongoing debate of language, when the 2 GRs have been cancelled, and which has already been seen as a major victory, a symbolic victory by the opposition parties here in Maharashtra, especially by UBT and MNS, through their editorial, the UBT faction of Shiv Sena has again tried to pinch the government a bit, and has very clearly stated that just like how the BJP-led government at the centre wasn't able to take forward the Operation Sindoor, similarly they attempted Operation Hindi in Maharashtra, and they failed at both of these things. Now, we've been talking to leaders here in the assembly, and of course they think that this entire statement is in a very low light, especially considering that the comparison here has been drawn between national security and the implementation of a 3-language policy, something that the government here believes was started or was initiated by Uddhav Thackeray himself back in the year 2022.
Well, one big impact of this Hindi imposition controversy in Maharashtra is that it has brought the Thackeray cousins together, and the Shiv Sena and MNS have now issued a joint public invitation for a rally in Mumbai on the 5th to celebrate Marathi Vijay Divas following the state government's decision to withdraw that order on the 3-language policy in schools. So Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray are set to share the stage after 20 years. News now from Telangana, and a huge win for the Telangana government. The Union Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change has rejected Andhra Pradesh's request for setting up terms of reference for an environmental clearance for the Godavari Banakcharla link project. Remember, this is a project that Telangana was opposed to, saying that they would get less water then. The centre declared that Andhra Pradesh's request could not be entertained as there were several unresolved issues. Telangana has declared victory. Uma Sudhir with the details.
So the expert appraisal committee of the Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change sat yesterday to look at the proposal that had been sent across by Andhra Pradesh wanting to divert 200 TMC of water at the Polavaram from the Godavari river waters towards Banakcharla, and they want to irrigate about 3 lakh fresh hectares of fresh area, and also give drinking water facility to about 80 lakh people. There will also be industrial use water, that they were hoping this would be a game changer for the Rayalaseema districts that are known to be drought prone and deprived of water for years. Now that has been a big challenge in those areas, but Telangana had raised objections saying that the water dispute tribunal, Godavari Water Disputes Tribunal award will be violated by this, and they felt that whatever the distribution of waters that has been given by different tribunals for the Godavari for the 2 Telugu states, that is also going to be violated, and they had raised objections discussions not just with the Jal Vikas Ministry, but also with the Environment and Forest Ministry, and the EAC has in fact put that down in a note saying that objections have also been raised, raising concerns about the distribution of water and that they will be unfairly treated, and therefore the proposal has been returned to Andhra Pradesh, asking them to get a full report of the Central Water Commission as well as to get environmental and other approvals before coming back, asking the centre to give a terms of reference for this particular project itself. So Telangana certainly claiming a victory, at least at this stage, to be able to stop Andhra Pradesh from taking a claim of 200 TMC of that water. Telangana insisting that that is going to harm the interests of the state. Back to you.
Now, a shocker from Odisha, where a video has gone viral which shows a government official being brutally attacked in full public view. Just take a look at that, how he's being beaten and dragged out of this office. This is a senior official of the Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation during a grievance hearing. Now, according to reports, the Odisha police have arrested at least 3 people who were involved in this assault. Ratnakar Sahu, additional commissioner of the BMC, was targeted during a public hearing after a group of people entered his chamber and assaulted him. It was said that these people were linked to the BJP. Let's just listen into what Aprajita Sarangi, BJP MP, said, where she said that this incident was condemnable.
मैं तो गुजारिश करूंगी पुलिस से, आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री से, कि ये जो लोग थे जिन्होंने इस तरह की हरकत की, जैसा वीडियो में परिलक्षित होता है, उनके विरुद्ध दृढ़ कार्यानुष्ठान ग्रहण किया जाए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ये सदस्य हैं ऐसा मुझे कहा गया है, मैं भी इन्हें जानती हूँ, कुछ लोगों को जानती हूँ। ऐसा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की विचारधारा और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नीति हमें ऐसा करना नहीं सिखाती है। जो विचारधारा से प्रेम करते हैं, जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नीति से प्रेम करते हैं, वो ऐसा कार्य नहीं करेंगे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सदस्य ऐसा कार्य कर ही नहीं सकते हैं।
Some international news now. In Thai Prime Minister Paetongtran Shinawatra has been suspended by the country's constitutional court as it opened a probe into her conduct in a diplomatic spat with Cambodia. She was suspended over a leaked phone call with a former Cambodian leader. Let's go across to Vishal for more on this. And Vishal, give us details of this entire controversy and just what was this leaked phone call?
So this started way back in May when there was a clash between the Thai army and the Cambodian army. There has been a long-running border dispute between both the countries. One Cambodian soldier was killed in that conflict. So to allay those tensions, there was a conversation between Shinawat and a former Cambodian leader, Hun Sen. And in that leaked conversation, it was revealed that she had referred to the leader as her uncle and also referred to a senior Thai army personnel as an opponent. So that has created a lot of controversy on the Thai soil. There are calls for her resignation, and also people have accused of breaching some constitutional sovereignty. So this is a serious case. The Thai Supreme Court, the Thai Constitutional Court has just suspended her, and that will be the suspension will be in effect till the probe is over. And also the fact that there are some calls for her total removal as well. That will have to be seen. There are several ways this case can play out, but these are some really tough times for the leader. She was already facing a lot of pressure because of that recent earthquake, and in the aftermath some 80 to 90 people were trapped under a huge building. That had also created a lot of pressure on the existing government. So all of that will come into the picture, but so far she has been suspended is what we know, and these are some really difficult days for the incumbent Prime Minister.
All right. Thanks so much, Vishal, for joining us with those details. So a political controversy there in Thailand and calls for the Prime Minister to resign. With that, we'll slip into a short break. News and updates continue on the other side with Shiv.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
India is on the brink of a satellite-based internet revolution. Elon Musk's Starlink is close to securing final approvals.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India, it matters to India, it matters to India, and it matters to me, and it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivakumar, only on NDTV 24x7.
Reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I'm bringing that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti, also known for its bitter politics.
Thanks for staying with the news at 4 here on NDTV. Let's get you straight to the top stories we're tracking at this time. Amidst the Karnataka Game of Thrones, Congress party douses the chief ministerial fire for now, says the incumbent Siddaramaiah will remain the Karnataka chief minister, but deputy chief minister and the claimant for the big chair, DK Shivakumar, speaks to NDTV, says all must obey the high command, but is he really happy? Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah survives for now. He's won this round with DK Shivakumar by his side. Randeep Singh Surjewala says no change in leadership. Will a reshuffle satisfy DK Shivakumar and his supporters? Big NDTV news break. Tamil Nadu custodial death sends shockwaves. Brutal assault captured on camera. This is in Sivaganga. 5 policemen have been booked for murder. Custodial death of a security guard. The big fallout of